one there in
Okay.
the building.
Yo, what up? I'm trying to
What's up?
set this room up so I
Where
can
you at, man?
actually come on camera. Had to put these kids away. You ain't want to see my situation, brother. Niggas gonna be like, this nigga's in daddy daycare for real. Like
Oh no, Ace Daddy got Daddy daycare going on.
Yeah, I'm about to try to get this camera popping in a minute.
Uh-oh, the
Hey yo,
bully. Wrong
salute,
way to bully.
salute. What up, Skit?
What's up?
What up? What
What's
up?
good, man?
Coolin', man. Let's grab a quick bite right quick. I heard Sal talking about, you're not gonna be hiding behind that picture. Nah, man.
Yeah, I just got done eating leftovers.
Yeah, man.
Are we live?
I don't think we
No,
live
no.
yet.
You stream on YouTube. Copy streaming link.
Oh, okay, I see what you're doing. Oh wait, let me try that shit too. Yo, brother, you ever went live on Insta?
Nah, not really.
Nah, me either. I'm about to do it now though.
Oh, word.
Oh, you connected on your phone?
Nah, this is off my. Remember that PC I was telling you about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out a way to have it route back to Side's channel, but that way it's not multiple, like people just go to one thing.
Yeah, I think we all. Well, I don't even know how to do it, to be honest.
You can send them the YouTube link I just sent y'all in the chat. They'll send
Bet.
them.
Damn, I should do that on my IG actually.
Yeah, you
Well,
should
what
be.
do I have to? What do I have to? press
Yo, we're
to go
live
live?
right now on YouTube.
I just saw Rhinestone come on live on Insta. Oh shit! Let me listen. Y'all niggas is chilling with a nigga that feeds dolphins asparagus.
Who feeds dolphins?
Y'all saw that video?
What's one of the funny videos?
Nah, music video. We should have did music video as well.
Word. It's a lot of good videos that dropped this year.
My favorite one is Boom. I don't
Yep.
care, man.
Really?
This is sick for that. Or even Zaw.
Yo, that shit was fire and funny.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He should have put that song in I just saw, I don't know if it was a what's it called? A trailer for Coming to America too. Y'all saw that?
The actual
Yeah.
movie, I know that's about to drop too. Yeah.
Hey yo, is this too dark?
Nah, the background's dark, but we can see you.
Because if I put this light on, it's gonna be too bright. It's like,
Can you point the light away? Point it towards the wall to the drops that you have?
this light ain't even like that. I wish I could. It's like
Yeah.
either or. You're gonna get it like this, or it's gonna
Yeah.
be like this.
It's better like that.
Yeah, like that's cool.
All right.
What's good, Ace?
I probably what's up, man? I probably could set up one of my camera phones as a fake spotlight or something. Oh, you know what? Hold on, we got 2 minutes.
I think we live now, no?
Not on like officially on YouTube, but I didn't put the link out there yet.
Oh. Okay.
I'm trying to do that.
What'd you press to go live on Insta?
Ask Broadway.
So you want an iPhone or you want a Android?
And iPhone.
Okay, hold up.
Look at Fado from the Ado. Fado been trying to put on mad gear, yo. Look, ever since
I'm trying to get this show ready. Doing a few things over here.
Yo, Skit, it says if you tap the camera icon on your joint.
What is that? When I tap it, it just starts like somebody shit.
So when you tap it, right, it should pull up the camera, but if you swipe to the left or right, it'll switch from a camera to a thing that looks like a little dot with.
Oh yeah, I got that. Like this.
Yeah. And then it should say like tap live at the bottom of the screen and tap the little icon.
You know what? I better not, man. Cause I don't. What about when I want to come the fuck off?
Yo, this light help any better?
Yeah, that's a lot better.
All right, work.
Yeah. Let me sit up so niggas can see the mark.
I got my little coquito on deck.
You got coquito?
Coquito, Henny infused. You better tell him Peter makes them.
Is that a home special?
Yeah.
I'm not going live on Instagram, man.
Tell her to make it Hennessy infused. Good to go.
All right, let me listen to them other two joints because I haven't listened to them yet. Did y'all?
Bro, I was about to start. You late. I'm about to go live right now.
All right, then.
Which other two joints? The songs?
Yeah, there's two dudes named Benny. Two songs with a dude named Benny. I don't know who the fuck that is.
Yo, dog, that's what I'm saying. Like, we're live on YouTube right now.
Yo, I knew it was live on YouTube, bro.
You gotta give a nigga a warning shot, man.
I told you at 6 o'clock, it's 6:01. I'm about to post this shit on my Facebook page in 30 seconds, and then once I do that, it's on.
Yes,
literally 20 seconds.
I mean,
Where's he? Is he here?
Camera action or some shit.
Yo, is E here?
I don't see E, bro.
Yeah, I don't see him, man.
This guy.
Ring him. I want to see how many shit this could hold on. Like, how many heads can come on.
I'm saying,
I feel like I should get on my phone, man. Y'all brothers look crystal clear. I look grainy as shit in this my laptop.
Kick the show off with some tunes,
Yeah,
I'm trying to do all types
of that.
Love me when I get my bling on, but you hate me buying real estate in foreign land. Respect my cheeks, my people full of cloaks and they get
What up?
Million man moves. To the top, you thought they saw a ghost.
Turn the vibes off. What's good with y'all, man?
What's up, man?
I like showed up, E. I like that with the shades on.
Yeah, I call them my blue blockers and shit. They block the blue lights out.
Yeah, I'm about to share this link to Facebook and then
Oh yeah, I gotta do that too.
Go ahead and start.
Scared. What's it like 11 out there right now?
Yeah, exactly. 11:02.
Word. What's good with you, bro, man? Good.
My bed.
Word. Good to see you, man.
Yeah, you as well, man. I see Broadway every now and again, but y'all killing me with this facial hair, man. Y'all young boys. Especially AC. I can't believe AC knew how to grow hair on his face.
Yo, AC, all y'all. I just shared the link on my Facebook page, the YouTube and the Hip Hop in the Flesh. So if y'all can share it on your page, I'm about to
What? Where at? On Facebook? Ujubantan.
Oh man, y'all got the professional setup. Y'all.
Nah, you look pretty dope over there, AC.
Yo, trust me, this shit look your shit looks good. If it didn't, I
Oh no,
told
I
you.
ain't even talking about the presentation. I'm talking about talking about share this link over here. I'm one and go. Like I got to go. I'm talking about
Gotta switch
grab
off your
phones
phone.
and do other stuff. This is my first time live on anything, baby. I'm like,
Yeah, same
what you
here.
mean share
Same
something?
here,
I got to go to another device.
Yo, who you talking about?
Yo,
Yo, it took me
hey.
like 5 minutes to get live on Instagram. I felt real old, my nigga. I felt real old.
Oh,
Yeah, maybe
man.
I should get one of my kids to tell me how to do that shit, because I'm pretty sure they do. Y'all did do the app one too. Yeah. I was gonna say that was a good one. And the talk shows. Bujo Bantan.
You see. Wait, sorry, you said you shared it where?
I don't see it on my.
Oh, that's the
my
YouTube
Facebook.
link? That's the YouTube link he sent in the group chat?
Yeah, that's a YouTube link.
All right.
Why don't you just put it in the chat right here on the Zoom?
Yeah, you can do that too, actually. Yeah, I copy that. If I don't got it, I got it.
Oh, that's the YouTube link? That's the YouTube link he sent?
Yo, Broadway, where that nigga Jamie Pat, man? We need him now.
He out in Calabasas. He living his best life in the mountains in Calabasas right now.
Shout
Oh,
out.
for real?
Yeah,
Wow.
straight up.
Yeah, man. He would have been a great behind the scenes engineer motherfucker to have
Up
on.
and running quick fast, right?
Yeah. Remember that nigga.
I'm about to share the link with y'all right quick. Hold up. Post it to
Yo,
the-
Si, I don't know if you saw the comments or not, but somebody has said something about you need to change the settings so it shows everybody and not just the talker.
Oh shit, that's good, yo. I'm gonna have to turn that bitch down.
That's a good.
YouTube.
That is a good thing.
You heard,
I
right?
gotta figure out how to
With
do
a
that.
little behind too.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Oh yeah, Rosa said you got to change the Zoom setting to show all screens rather than just a speaker. Good looking now, Rosa.
Rosa is my secret weapon. Y'all didn't even know.
Good looking out, Rosa.
Minimize meeting. Record.
I was about to say something, but I'm gonna shut up.
Show meeting
Wait,
controls.
hold on,
Touch
where am I?
chip appearance. Closed captioning. Show name when participants join. Show non-video. Show self view. No, don't show self view. How about now? Did that change it to the squares on your side?
I'm about to check now.
I was on East Joint. East Joint looked crystal. Well, you just ended it. I don't know.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be back.
So I see it's a little bit delayed, right? But what happens is
delayed.
every person that's talking, it will display them in the forefront of the live stream.
Yeah, I wanted to have the boxes like Brady Bunch.
Yeah,
Right.
Hollywood Squares.
But I'm not seeing how to do that on here. Virtual background meeting settings. I already checked that.
Isn't it something like speaker view or?
Yo, who said they couldn't see? Because I could see everybody clear as day, fam.
Yeah, change from
Yeah,
full
I
screen.
can too, but I
speaker
think
view.
the thing is the people on like the
Where-
people that are
where do
viewing
you
on
see-
YouTube can't see everything.
Oh,
They can see just one person at a time. Where do you see speaker view? Because I'm in meeting settings and I don't see that.
It'll say speaker view or full screen. But see, I don't know. I don't know about the audience, what they're gonna see. That's just
Yeah.
from my visual.
Yeah, yep.
That's just us in the Zoom meeting. We can see that, but YouTube is different. You might have to change it in YouTube.
Nah, I'm not about to change anything right now
Yo,
because that's too much figuring out and it's already past 6.
Rosa
As
said
long as
Rosa say on your screen there should be a speaker view. Try top corner of your screen.
for YouTube,
Nah, on
Zoom.
On Zoom.
stop live stream, view stream on YouTube, copy streaming link. Meeting settings. It should be in meeting settings, if anything. Play and join, leave sound, mute upon entry. Always show meeting controls, touch up appearance, closed captioning, show name when participant joins, show non-video participants, show self view. And that was already on and I took it off.
Yeah, who's laughing?
Yeah, just rock out, man.
Yeah, let's just
just rock out, man. Because
I think we're okay.
I think we're gravy, fam.
yeah.
All right, let me put this back up here.
Yo, the
Told
link
you,
that you
this
guys
is-
shared, that was the link that you sent in the chat.
The link that Sai sent me is the one that I sent in the Zoom chat.
Why the fuck am I on?
All right.
I'm not even talking.
Who's live are you on?
Word. I'm about to put some music on.
Yeah, for real.
Nah, only one of us can play music at the same time, remember?
Just one of you do it. I just want to hear something though.
All right, y'all can hear me?
Yeah.
Loud and clear.
Yeah, loud and clear.
Now I can't see myself. I'm putting that self view back on. I like to see myself because I'm a pretty nigga. All right. I don't know. I can only see the Zoom meetings view. So whoever's watching, I can't really see. But we might as well go ahead and get this started. I'm going to turn my other camera on and we'll get started. 1 second. All right. Also, I'm going to go ahead and go live on Instagram as well. Might as well.
Yeah, that's where I'm at with it. Insta-greasy.
Yeah. Y'all can all hear that beat I'm playing?
Yeah,
Yeah.
All right, cool, because I can hear all y'all loud and clear. So we're going to start the show. I'd like to thank y'all all for joining the Cymarshall Law first anniversary year 2020 year award show. We're going to do this once a year, every year at the end of the year. And yeah, man, we're going to do this to celebrate everybody that's done exceptional work in 2020. Anything that affected us in 2020, I want us to speak on. I want us to highlight the good, the bad, the ugly, what's next. Anything you feel that people might not know about, but they deserve to know about. I want all y'all to check out everything everybody gonna say. And if you have suggestions on what you feel like is better than what we're saying, go ahead and let us know. So we're gonna go ahead and get this started. But first, I want to announce the judges on the show. Up to bat first, I have my brother from another mother, MacGyver Knowledge, aka Tony Piff. I've known this brother since as long as I can remember. Got to be like a good 25 years. One of my best friends, one of the dopest MCs I know. You know what I'm saying? Yo, MacGyver, Tony Piff, say what up to the people.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy, P.I. Dub. Just checking in on the 2020 tip. You know what I mean? Just big salute to everybody on the check-in. Big salute to the fellas. You know what I mean? That's on the live with us. About to get a little rowdy. You know what I mean?
Yo,
Talk
if y'all
shit.
have been paying attention, you definitely have heard Tony Piff on some Cymarshall Law joints, some Ever Living Sound joints. So yeah, that's the brother right there. He's been spitting fire for as long as I can remember. So yeah, big up Tony Piff. And yo, Tony, thank you for joining us.
No doubt.
Yo, up next, I have my brother from another mother. All these are my brothers. I have one real brother on the phone, but all these guys are my brothers. The next brother I'm going to introduce to y'all is my brother from another mother, the boy Ace Wonder. Me and his brother put out an album this year called Crossroads. Ace has been my friend for as long as I remember, since I was stealing his girls back in the 7th grade. I joke.
Check out that.
You got something to say, Ace?
I ain't gonna come back with it. So you know, it's all love and peace to everyone that's watching.
So
we all brothers from another, like you said. So it's about to get interesting. Let's chop it up. Let's see what it is. What's up? Peace and blessings.
Yeah. So Ace and I came out with an album together this year in April called Crossroads, and hopefully we'll be working on another part in maybe a few months. But yeah, that's Ace Wonder, dope ass lyricist. Next up to bat is another brother from another mother, a brother by the name is Broadway. Broadway is one of the most musical brothers I know. Producer, MC. He was producing way before me. And this dude is really like my brother and one of the illest MCs. I'm praying this dude comes out with an album so y'all see how dope he is. But we're gonna see what's up. Representing the Libras, the boy Broadway. Broadway, say what up to the people.
Yeah. Hip hop in the flesh heads. What's going on? What's up? Broadway here with my brothers, Peace, Kings.
Yo.
Salute.
My guy.
Word up. And then lastly, but certainly not least, my actual real brother, biological, my brother, Skit Slam. He is my favorite MC, and the brother taught me how to rap. No cap. We have a group album coming out this year. Actually, this is like our 10th album. I don't know, but it's going to be called The Great Reset, Ever Living Sound. Skit Slam, Black Belt Poems. Say what up to the people.
What up, everybody worldwide? Big up everybody in Brunswick. And that's south, north, east, new, exit 9. I love y'all. You know what I'm saying? I miss y'all. Big up
Yo, peace, ETN. Word up.
What it is. We're coming out soon, but yeah, we'll get that.
Dope. So yeah, that's all the judges. I'll be judging myself also, and I want to go ahead and get right into this. So this is the 2020 Cymarshall Law Best of Awards, and we're gonna go ahead and get started. Fellas, chime in whenever y'all want. You know what I'm saying? Although I see myself as the host, I see really as all 5 of us being hosts. You know what I'm saying? So whenever y'all want to jump in and cut me off, do you. So yeah, man, we're gonna start with the first award, and we're gonna do the voting live on air as well. So the first joint we're gonna talk about today is gonna be, let's see here. Let's start with the best TV show of 2020. The best TV show of 2020. The nominees: Warrior, Lovecraft Country, The Mandalorian, Ozark, and my next guest with David Letterman. So yeah, man, I feel like all of these shows were super dope. But if any of y'all want to speak on, one of the shows or a couple of the shows, go ahead before we get into who we're gonna choose as the winner.
Wait, let me just say something real quick. So
here we go.
The whole thing with it sounds crazy having David Letterman in that mix. I'm gonna just say that it sounds crazy. But the main reason why I chose that one is because I don't know if y'all seen the one with Dave Chappelle when he interviewed Dave Chappelle. Mm-hmm. That interview was dope as hell. Like everything from the way he broke down to where he's from and where the game is now, and the history of how he came up in that town in Ohio. Everything about it was just dope. He was teaching David Letterman some ill shit too.
Right.
Just really on the strength of that interview, I figured that should that should be up in there with the rest of them. But yeah, that's all I want to say about the Letterman joint. But I would vote for Lovecraft. What? That was my joint.
Yo, E, you giving them your jewels already? We're gonna vote live on air.
I thought we was going. I thought we was going in. I was ready to go in. My bad.
Nah, I feel you. Nah, Lovecraft was dope as hell. I don't know if the listeners, y'all all watched Lovecraft, but that is definitely a show that caught me all the way off guard because it's like nothing I've ever seen before. So I feel like if y'all want to check out something that's different and creative and original, definitely check out Lovecraft Country. That was on HBO. But yeah, man, we got Mandalorian, Ozark is dope. The boy Marty Bird. I think Broadway, you might have put me up on that joint. I think.
Which one you talking about?
Ozark.
Nah, that was actually. I think that was me that put you up on Ozark. I think 50 Cent had some bad hands on that, so like check that out, man. Queens, what up? Right.
Nah,
And
Ozark was dope, I thought.
and then
Ozark was bomb too. Ozark was
I ain't
damn.
gonna lie, I got into it late. Ozark. Everyone already saw it by the time I saw it. Which was good, because I got to watch them back to back to back.
what about The Mandalorian? Y'all mess with The Mandalorian?
I fuck with that hard. The Mandalorian.
I just caught on to that within the last probably few months. Been running through that, waiting on each episode, but it's dope. It's dope. I wasn't a big Star Trek, my bad. Whoa, don't kill me, Star Wars person, but person put me on to. Yeah, I know they're gonna kill me on that one, but
they're gonna crucify you
put
for
me
that.
on to it, and I was like, yo,
they're gonna cancel Ace Wonder for that one.
Pascal, the character Pedro Pascal, he's blowing up, man. He was my dude in Narcos, one of the main detectives. So see him in that, and be the main villain. That's my man rocking out. So Mandalorian was dope.
Yo, it's crazy you brought him up. It's crazy you brought that dude up, AC, because I just seen I don't know if y'all watched Wonder Woman 1984 on Christmas, but my man was also the main villain in that as well. I was looking like, where is this dude from? And I was like, yo, that's the Mandalorian. I don't know if you peeped that skit, but the Mandalorian is the main villain in Wonder Woman.
He's not the villain though in the Mandalorian. He's like the hero.
He's the villain in Star Wars. I mean, he's the villain in Wonder Woman.
Yeah, he's the hero in Mandalorian. He's the villain in Wonder Woman.
You talking about Din Djarin, right? Din Djarin.
I had to fact check that one.
So yo, let's go ahead and cast these votes.
Go ahead.
How are we gonna do this? I'll just give it up. I'll give it up for.
You should start. You should give your favorite series first, and then we all.
All right. Yo, I thought we was gonna give them all like a number. I thought we was gonna rank them like by a number, like give them like a 1 through 5 or something like that, and then figure out who.
Yeah, you're right, E. So when you're over there, right now, write down your numbers, and then one of us will just go first, and then I was never that great at math, so I'm pulling out the calculator here. Go ahead and add these joints up.
All right.
So yeah, let's see. So just audience, just so y'all know. Yo, ETN, we're on YouTube. We're also on hiphopintheflesh.com. YouTube.com/CYMARSHALLLAW. But easier for you to find the live, hiphopintheflesh.com.
Might be too late.
And you'll be able to see the live.
Yo, boy Corey Slater on the check-in. He said something about Twitter polls.
Yo,
for Twitter polls,
really,
right?
Yo, shout out to Corey.
I mean,
if you do Twitter polls,
if y'all can,
people need to have a Twitter account for that or whatever. I'm thinking.
All right.
Yeah, we should have had that set up already, so it's all good.
Yeah, I'll share the link on Twitter in a couple minutes.
It's
have y'all
voted? That's all I'm saying.
I need y'all numbers and I'll add up everything.
All right, so we going with the top 5 you gave? The Lovecraft, Mandalorian.
Yeah,
so wait, we're not even gonna
start with.
Never mind. Go ahead.
Let's start with the top one. Warrior. E, what do you give that? 1 through 5?
Yo, I'm gonna give it a 3.
Yo, Skit, Black Belt Pumps. What you going to give Warrior?
I'm giving it a 5. Do you want my reasons or you want to wait? But that's 5 for me.
We'll get your reasons afterwards.
Number 1, my favorite out of the 5.
Broadway Warrior, what you giving it?
3.
Yo, AC Warrior, what you giving it?
What's so funny about the score, man? Warrior got a 3 for me too.
Yeah, you got 3.
Hey, yo, and I'm posting my chat just so I ain't piggybacking on nobody's score. You can check.
All right, Lovecraft Country. Let's start with you, Ace, since we're already on you. Lovecraft Country, what you giving it?
That's a 4.
All right. And Skit Slam, what you give Lovecraft Country? Black belt players. Yo, Broadway, what you giving?
My daughter just put me up on that, to be honest.
Yo, I give Lovecraft a solid 5, bro.
All right. And lastly, MacGyver Knowledge. Tony Piff.
Yo, I'm gonna give Lovecraft a 5 because
all
of
right.
the depth of the story, the content, the characters, the story, all of that is dope. I gotta give it a 5.
Word.
Also,
anything less than a 5 is uncivilized.
When Son slapped the joint in the elevator, come on, man, that was like the best part out of the whole shit.
Yo, you ain't never lied. All right.
So you really gonna make Warrior lose this battle? How dare y'all, man?
Yo, we haven't even gone through all the joints yet.
I was gonna say Warrior ain't even number 2 on my list. Like,
nah, it might not. Yo, Warrior might that might have to be up in like in the honorable mention, fam.
Yo,
that might have to be an honorable mention.
I'm waiting on this one.
Y'all tripping, man.
Y'all tripping. Yo, for the listeners who don't know, Warrior is a story that Bruce Lee wrote, but he never got a chance to bring it to life before he died, and then his daughter brought it to life. Because there's a whole Bruce Lee story, and as you're watching Warrior, you just keep thinking about Bruce Lee because they basically made the show around his life and what he was about.
Dope characters, yo. Warriors, man. And then the action in
Straight
it.
up.
You might see a nigga get his head cut off straight up. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not for the meat. Well, Warrior,
all right, Skit, why you there?
He's talking about somebody getting their head cut off, but Lovecraft Country is next level, fam.
Oh, next level. Yo, I felt like every episode of
why are you fighting on Warrior?
Lovecraft Country got. I'm not, but he has a point. Lovecraft was the shit.
I'll be honest, I ain't even get to second season of Warrior. I just jumped on Warrior like a month or two ago. I'm like almost finished with the first season. It's dope. It's definitely dope.
Okay.
Second season better than the first one.
Okay.
And I think they might have just announced the season 3.
Yeah, they did. They are gonna do a season 3. They are.
Yo, some funny thing is we didn't even get to the other joints that you named yet. But there's one joint there's one joint that you failed to name that I'm kind of, well, it might be 2 of them joints you failed to name that I'm kind of disappointed in, but let's get to the other joints.
Yeah, bring those up in the honorable mention. So for Mandalorian, E, since you up, what do you give the Mandalorian?
Honestly, I've never been a Star fan. You know what I'm saying? I've never been a Star nothing fan.
But you know what? I feel like Mandalorian is as dope as any Star Wars movie ever was. So if you didn't like the Star Wars movie, you might like this. It's dope as hell. You gotta watch it.
Yo, them 6 new Star Wars movies that came out, over in the 2000s and shit, Mandalorian eats those up, yo.
Straight up and down. Mandalorian is one of the illest Star Wars characters they've ever had. I can't believe they didn't have his character, his type of character. I guess they had Boba Fett, but he's iller than Boba Fett.
Yeah, he's iller.
But yeah, so I suppose you give Mandalorian a 3?
Yeah, I mean, you know what?
Of the Star Wars universe.
What you say, Skid? I missed what you said.
I said I read an article where they said how they describe the Mandalorian, like his character. He's like the James Bond of the Star Wars universe.
Oh, word.
Like he
The only
has
thing
a
I
lot
know
of
about
That's a good ass way to describe him.
Yeah.
Only thing I know about it is I know my nephew's heavy on it. So just off the strength, can we give like half points? Can we give like 3.5, 4? Just on the strength of knowing how my nephew and my niece get down with it. I'll give it a 4. Because I have seen some of it. I just haven't seen all of it. So I'm gonna give it a 4. Just off of pure impact
I was gonna
alone
say,
and notoriety.
I was gonna say because my weak ass math skills, let's keep it like solid numbers because I might mess it up.
All right, so I'll go with 4 then.
All right, so Skit, what do you Skit? What do you give the Mandalorian?
Well, my top being Warrior, and then Mandalorian, I have to give 4 because I slept on it.
All right.
It was heat.
And lastly, Broadway, what do you give Mandalorian?
Yo, I'll be honest with you. I didn't even catch up on Mandalorian, but I'm also not really a Star Wars guy. I don't follow any of this stuff like that. So I wouldn't even be able to give it a real answer. I guess I'll give it like a 3 just to be nice about it. But honestly, I got to catch up to y'all and see what it's about.
At least you're keeping it 100. So next, Ozark, the boy Marty Bird. Marty Bird. I haven't even been telling.
I threw my score in the group.
Yeah, I got your score.
Sorry, bet.
Say it again, just in case I got it wrong.
3.
What is it?
3. Mando got.
Yeah, I got that. Trust me, I got you 3.
But you want to know why though?
Yo, tell us why.
It was predictable, bro. The joke was predictable. I was calling what was gonna happen in episodes as they was going on. That's the only thing that knocked it down from possible. I can't rock with shows I can kind of predict what's gonna jump on. So.
Did you get to the last episode?
I'm all caught up. Yeah. I'm all caught up.
You thought
finale,
that was
predictable?
predictable?
Was just a couple weeks ago. Yeah.
I can't say that I knew that was coming. I was like, yo, crazy. But yeah, man, I can accept that 3. Moving right along. Ozark.
Who are you asking?
AC, what you give Ozark?
4, solid.
AC. Solid 4 for Ozark. Skit, what do you give Ozark? What'd you say?
I'm gonna give Ozark like a 1 or a 2. And the reason why I say that,
you gotta tell me 1 or 2.
I'm gonna give that shit a 1. I'm giving it a 1.
Yo.
So everybody, I'm gonna tell you what though. Everybody hyped about Ozark. I mean, there's nothing about it that was appealing to me. But then when I watched it, it took too long for me to like get hooked. And that's with every season I've watched of that shit. It's like mad slow.
So you saying you watched every season?
Yeah. Ozark? Yeah.
All right, nah, I can dig it.
Ozark's just mad.
It must have been decent if you watched every season.
And the main dude, he's not like my favorite actor at all. I forgot his name. He used to be in like
Bateman, Jason Bateman.
I was gonna say,
ETN said Ozark is fire. You bugging.
Yo, ETN is accurate.
What up, E?
Straight up.
It took too long to get good, man.
Nah, Ozark was pretty dope. That I thought. So I'll take your 1. Yo, Broadway.
Hey,
what do you give Ozark?
I give it a solid 4, man. I mean, I've seen other storylines similar to it, but it was still, to me, it was good. I'm rocking with it.
Tony Piff.
Like
last but not least, what do you give Ozark?
Yo, Ozark, I'm gonna give my man Marty Bird a 5 because simply
to even Skit's 1 out.
You said what?
To even Skit's 1 out.
You missed that.
Damn, he gave it a 1. My bad. I stepped away because I had to grab some food. But damn, a 1. Yeah,
the
disrespect.
It didn't hold me, man. I would have put.
Hey, yo, Skit's making me want to change my vote for Warrior to Donut, no? Straight up.
Yo.
You haven't watched Warrior yet, though. It's 10 times better than Ozark.
Ozark is dope. You know what? I'm gonna give it a. The thing is, I can't really get. Okay, I'll retract that. I'll give it a 4, simply because Lovecraft Country. I gave that joint a 5 off top, and it's only like 1 season in. Ozark is going on, I think, 3 seasons, and I think Lovecraft Country is a better show than that. So I'll give it a 4.
Okay. All right. 4. Do I have everyone's? Yep. And then lastly, my next guest with David Letterman. E, I'll start with you since you up. What do you give that show?
I'll give it a 3. I'll give it a 3. The main interviews I liked.
McGarvey want to give it a 5 for 1 episode.
Yo, I'll give that 1 episode a 5. No, he had a couple people on there. He had Robert Downey Jr. on there. That interview was bomb. He had Kanye West on there. Yo, even the Kim Kardashian joint was tough.
I'm not watching their shit. I'm sorry, but I will watch Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
Kanye
it's dope. Yeah, he had some dope interviews on there. He had Obama on there. He had a couple people on there.
Yo, I thought they were dope as hell. I agree with you, E.
Yeah.
Skit, what do you give David Letterman's joint?
Well, the 1 episode I'll give 5, but the rest of the show they can have a 1. I'm not interested in Robert Downey Jr.
You got to give me a solid answer, man.
Iron Man suit, I want to hear shit.
A hard critic, man.
So what do you give it? I'm about to come off my Instagram live because I don't like holding this phone.
I'm gonna give it a 1. Prop it up.
Give it a 1?
I'm live so many other places that people just gonna have to find me.
He ain't doing nothing new, man. He just moved to Netflix. That nigga ain't doing nothing new. He don't get no. He gets donuts.
Yo, what do you give it? Skit a 2, 3?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I gave it a 1.
All right. AC, what do you give it?
I ain't gonna front. I had these already written down, my scores, and I gave it a 2.
All right, cool. And I think Broadway, you're the last person, right?
Gave it a 3. I didn't catch up on all the episodes, but the ones that I saw, I like it, man. It's different. It's definitely a different show. So I give it a 3.
I don't have to be good at math to know David Letterman's ass didn't win. But I added up everyone's score. And the winner 2020 best show of the year is Lovecraft Country.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, fitting. Yeah. Very fitting.
The boy Atticus.
Yo, Sai, can I just say something real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Wait, hold on. Before I even say this, are we bringing up the honorable mentions?
Yeah, go for it.
All right, so, yo, if anybody's seen Queen's Gambit, that show is fire. That show is fucking dope, yo. There's no way you can say that show is not dope. And if that shit was in the name, the mentions, the top shows that we spoke about, I'm giving that a 5 early. I'm giving that a 5 ASAP.
Yo, you know what?
Yo, I guarantee you that show better than Warrior.
Yo, I'm not laughing at you.
No way.
No.
I'm like,
No.
I feel you on that though. Queen's Gambit was hard. It was hard.
Queen's Gambit was hard, but you know what? As far as chess movies, anything it can't see like Bobby Fischer or even The Boy and Fresh. Come on, man. The Boy and Fresh would have housed the Queen's Gambit.
But you comparing that to movies though. Queen's Gambit's a quick show.
Yeah,
I'm not comparing it to a movie. I'm comparing characters. I'm saying the character in Fresh would have bodied Queen's Gambit in a game of chess.
I'm not gonna deny that, man. You're not gonna have to go give my childhood class. You talking about searching for Bobby Fischer and Fresh versus the new Queen's Gambit. I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah.
So you got that all day. You got that.
No doubt. I mean, listen, she was out there in Russia bodying cats, yo.
Right.
Yo, serious.
That's all
serious
I'm saying.
things.
She was getting high
And then-
playing chess on the ceiling with herself. Come on.
Word.
That's crazy, yo.
Yeah, that's serious. That's serious game.
If you ain't watching,
Yo.
people like,
That's
what?
a bar too.
Hell yeah, right?
And then other honorable mentions, Ghost and For Life, both 50 Cent joints. I was feeling Ghost more at the beginning of the season, and most recently it's kind of been, I feel like the story, they got some new writers, and I'm not feeling the writers. I don't know if y'all been keeping up with Ghost or what.
Hey, yo, fam.
I'm not sure.
Did you call it? You called it Ghost or you called it Power?
I called it Ghost.
How to smile on that show.
Because I ain't talking about Power, I'm talking about Ghost.
Chapter 2.
Right.
Oh, okay. My fault.
Yo,
So wait, we talking about Ghost? We ain't even gonna bring up Power?
I don't
But
think
Power
Power
was
came on in 2020.
yeah.
It did come on in 2020.
What Power? What the last season was that?
The last season, yeah, the season
That
ended
was-
in 2020.
Oh, at the
Early
top of the year.
2020.
I suppose we could. That's a good honorable mention. I
Power?
enjoyed some Power, to be honest. You know what I liked about Power? That's probably got nothing to do with the story. I like the fucking, y'all. I'll be watching the show, then all of a sudden the boy James St. Patrick would be smashing out Andy Valdez, and I would have to tune in. That's one of the things that brought me into the show. I'm keeping it 100.
Oh, shit.
I think that's
Y'all
what,
laughing because y'all like this nigga, right? Yo,
Wow.
when Ghost would put his one finger on Angie Valdez's lips and then get it popping, like, yo, just y'all already know.
So wait, what would you give Valdez 1 through 10?
don't do it.
Thank you,
not?
AC. Thank you.
Just open up, yo. Just open up the can of Twisted Tea.
It's on to the
And
next
give her a
category.
ranking.
The
Yeah,
Twisted
right.
Tito.
To the next category. Where we at?
He's trying to get me smacked in the
hold
face
up,
with a
hold up.
Twisted Tea.
Y'all forgot about the Hunters where Al Pacino.
Yo, that shit was dope as hell. That
That's
shit was dope
definitely
as hell.
honorable mention.
I really enjoyed that.
I enjoyed that one too.
I felt like it was an original script, and I didn't realize that Al Pacino was on some Amazon Prime shit. But when I seen it, I was like, "Yo, Al Pacino's never been whacking anything I've ever seen him in." And then when I watched it, he lived up to the hype. He and all the cast members, the boy Percy Jackson, they all killed that shit. So yeah, man. Yo,
I can't say I've seen it. I know B told me about it.
word.
But I haven't watched it. But I know for a fact, like you said, Al Pacino's not known to be a whack artist in any sense of the word. So I know
All right,
that'd be dope.
We've been on this category for a minute, so let's go ahead and move on to the next category, which is the best documentary of 2020. We have number 1, The Social Dilemma. 2, Jeffrey Epstein, Filthy Rich. Centonia Brown, Murder to Mercy. The Last Dance, and Tiger King. I feel like it's some heat in there, man. I feel like there's some heat in there. When I started looking through all the documentaries I had watched this year, I started being like, well, damn. And I know which one I enjoyed the most, but we'll start with you, E. For Social Dilemma, what score do you give it and why?
I'm gonna give it a 3, fam.
Yo, what do you give Jeffrey Epstein's Filthy Rich, E?
I'm gonna give that a 4. I don't want to give it a 5 just on the strength of the content and what it was. I don't know. It just wasn't. It's not worthy of a 5, so I'm gonna give it a 4. But it's definitely worth the watch, though.
Word.
It's eye-opening at the very least, just to see how he was moving, just how him and his inner circle were moving, him and his conglomerates, some notable names, you know what I mean, that some folks that we all know might have voted for.
Right.
Grab them in the pussy.
Grab him by the pussy.
That's his man's.
Right hand.
So Centoya Brown, E, Murder to Mercy. What do you give that?
Centoya Brown. I'll give Centoya Brown. I'm gonna give that a 4 also. It was dope. It was a dope watch. If I could give it a 5, it'd be for the mere fact that she got off. You know what I mean? But all in all, I give it a 4 in terms of the documentary and shit.
Word. Okay. And then The Last Dance, the Michael Jordan joint. What do you give that?
You still on me? I'm over here trying to sneak bites of this pizza in, fam.
Listen, my sandwich over here getting cold.
Yeah, I saw that. That's what inspired me to go grab this hot plate.
This wasn't supposed to be on camera.
Listen, brother, all of this is on camera. All this is on camera, man.
Broadway face making me want to have a drink, yo.
Shit.
On deck. On deck.
Yeah, nah, that's definitely on deck. But wait, what you say, sir? You said which one? You said
The Last Dance.
Last Dance.
The Michael Jordan joint.
Michael Jordan is one of my favorite athletes of all time, so I'm gonna give it a 5.
Okay.
Chicago
and then,
Bulls to the death of us.
Word. Yo, you're one of the main people that stayed with that squad from when we were little. I gotta give you credit for that.
You said what now?
You're one of the main or only people I know stayed with that squad since we were little. Because when we were little, everyone's squad was the Bulls.
I'm a Bulls fan too.
I'm a Bulls fan too. I don't know what the hell Law talking about.
That ain't switch up for me at all.
So yeah, I was trying to say that I'm the only one skipping teams.
Yeah, nah, B. I know the only one that I know that's been silent with me is B.
Yo, can we all take note of the jersey Eric has on right now?
Take note, nigga. Take note. Take note if you want, man.
That's when keeping it real goes wrong.
It doesn't go wrong because the thing is that you should know better, man. The shoes I have in the closet that go with this jersey is on point.
Yo, when the Warriors,
what you want, Rick?
Started winning, he went out and copped that Warriors jersey. Oh no, I'm messing with you. Y'all know what it is. Yo, E, Tiger King, what do you give it?
Tiger King, I did see it, but I'm gonna give it a 3.
All right.
Wow, you gave that shit a 3?
I mean, it was a good watch. It was entertaining, but when we talking about the other joints that it's up against, it wasn't all that.
Do me next, fam, with that one. That shit was an ass, kid. That's getting 0.
I just know Warrior got 1.1.
Yo, we passed the Warriors. We talking about Tiger ass.
Yo, the thing is, even when we get to other topics, I'm gonna still bring up Warrior as a donut.
Now, Warriors is the shit. I guarantee I'll get an Instagram text from you saying how dope it is.
Yo, sure. So Skip, what do you give? You gave Tiger King a 1. What do you give The Last Dance, the Michael Jordan joint?
I'll give that a 5.
5, okay. And this Centoya Brown Murder to Mercy joint. Man. Skip.
That's a 3.
Jeffrey Epstein and Filthy Rich.
That's a 5.
Word. And The Social Dilemma.
That's a 3.
All right. Yo, if any one of y'all got kids out there watching, Social Dilemma is a must watch because these kids is out here wilding on social media, and that is definitely the documentary came out right and exactly on time when it needed to come out. It's definitely something y'all need to watch if you haven't seen it. AC, let's move to you. What did you give The Social Dilemma?
Let me get my scores out, man. I got a 3.
Okay. And the Jeffrey Epstein joint?
I ain't make it through Social Dilemma. It was kind of weak. Epstein got a 3.
I'm with you on that, Ace. I ain't make it through it. It's telling me shit I already knew.
Yeah, it was too preachy. Not preachy, but I felt like I was in class, kind of.
Feel that. Centoya Brown? AC?
That was a 4.
I can respect that.
The Last Dance, AC.
That was a 5, my man MJ. I learned stuff that, still learning stuff about MJ in that last series. So that was a solid 5.
Yeah, I agree.
Word. Who's that agreeing? Skit?
Skit Slammer.
And then Broadway.
No,
sorry, I skipped. Yeah, my bad. I skipped it over you. Tiger King for the last one.
Yeah, that's a 4.
Okay.
That was a pass, man. How y'all
All right. Since I tried to skip over you just
We
now,
can debate that later on, but that's a solid 4, man.
Broadway riding with me. I know he
Broadway.
I'm sure he riding with me.
Let's see. Broadway, what'd you give the Tiger King, man?
Yo, the Tiger King, bro, was jokes all day, fam. Like
Jokes.
I'm not gonna give it a solid 5. I'm gonna give it a 4. Well, come on, son. Folks is off meth. It's just running shoes, doing just outrageous shit, yo. You can't beat that, yo.
Okay,
Bro.
So listen, one of my peoples in my chats was like, I'm bugging for giving whatever. What did I give it, a 3 or a 4? I'm not sure what I get, but she was like, basically because of the jokes, just for the fact of the jokes alone, it's a 5. I'll agree. It was definitely jokes. Do you remember when? Huh?
Which one was that?
Tiger King. Remember when Shorty got her arm bit off
I
by the
didn't find
tiger?
that shit hardly funny though. That's them kind of jokes ain't funny to me, fam.
That shit was funny as hell, fam.
It was just a whole bunch of like
to the woman,
fucking tigers and shit that they got away with buying. Like, come on.
Listen.
They tried to fucking have all them fucking tigers and smoke meth and do his crackhead dance, yo.
Tiger King was funny as fuck. Just the fact that Carol Baskin was on Dancing with the Stars is turned up to me.
Yo, that shit is crazy as hell. That she was on Dancing with the Stars.
That's why I'm not giving it that shit.
Yo.
Motherfuckers be getting famous off of doing the dumbest shit.
Oh, man. She was on Dancing with the Stars.
All right, but moving right
along.
7.
Wait, you gave it a 7? What you mean?
No. I looked at the YouTube chat. ETN.
ETN gave it a 7?
Gave Angie a 7. I backtrack, man. Keep it pushing.
Stop it.
What he said?
Talking about Angie Valdez. He was talking about Angie Valdez.
Oh, he's back there.
Angie Valdez got a 7.
Y'all think Homegirl
Angie was sexy though.
Tiger King did it?
Yo, Tariq is killing it though, fam.
Nah, bro. You know who's bad is the teacher in chapter 2. The teacher that hooks up with the other teacher. That's who's bad, yo. That's my Angie.
You talking about the 2 dudes, B?
The teacher that with the.
I ain't even know.
The one that's dating the basketball player, Zeke. The one that's dating Zeke.
I want to know who the casting director was.
Bro, she hooks up with the professor, and then I'm not even gonna get into details. It's gonna be a spoiler for you. Whatever.
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen any of it at all. So I'm trying to watch it from scratch.
I'm with E. I gotta go on a binge now.
Who y'all niggas skipping on power and watching Tiger King? Y'all killing me, man.
Yo, wait, how far along are they in the joint? How far along are they in what's it called?
Tariq remind me of all 4 of you niggas in school.
Oh man.
Teach me the game, Ghost.
Teach me the fucking game, Ghost.
Yeah, between the 4 of us, we might have all aspects of Tariq at some point.
I'm trying to tell y'all.
Hey, yo, B, you remember that time I was over your crib one day and I had to grip you up by your collar and I was like, teach me how to mix, B.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yo, did I get everybody? I feel like I didn't get everyone.
Hold up, moving right along. Last Dance, solid 5, bro. that's childhood stuff. Just watching, just bringing up stuff of seeing the Bulls do they thing again, and just seeing like the determination. That's motivation right there, man. For anybody that needs,
brought me back.
Anybody that needs it, yo, pop that Last Man song. I'm telling you, you're gonna feel motivated to do some shit.
Yeah, I watched.
You know what? I always felt that I knew everything about Jordan, but after I watched that, I felt like his level of intensity is like 3 notches higher than I thought it was. Like he wasn't playing around.
You know what I was saying about him?
He's a GOAT, bro.
He has him and Bruce Lee got one thing in common, bro. They have this one thing in common. I don't even know what you want to call that shit, but they have, you know, that fighter spirit.
Determination.
Yeah, like determination. Like I felt like every season Jordan had to find a beef with somebody just so he do good for those seasons, and that shit was like
right. You know what it was? Bruce Lee would always go around and find different ways to get better, and I feel like Bruce Lee was like that as well. Like no matter where they went, if Jordan went to Houston and played Hakeem Olajuwon, he would look at Hakeem's footwork and master his footwork. If he went to Utah and seen John Stockton plays, he would master the way John Stockton or even Magic Johnson in LA did assists. And Bruce Lee, you know, after watching his series, he was very much the same. He would go to different dojos and learn whoever style was killing at the time and get better than them at the shit. So I think that might be what you're talking about, Slam.
Well, yeah, because I felt like every time Jordan got beat or didn't get a ring, he knew exactly why it didn't happen. Like that one season where he was like, yo, all of us have to go to the gym. You know what I'm saying? Because they was getting beat up for a whole season by that one thing. That was like my favorite part. He came back next year.
Yeah, that's after the Detroit Pistons.
Yeah.
The Detroit Pistons was pushing them around and shit.
Them on the court.
Right. Let's see here. Broadway, Jeffrey Epstein. What do you give that?
I gave it a 4. I mean, bro, that's just straight. You know, what's the word, man? Just the shit he was pulling off, man. It was wild. That's like shit like Madoff, you know. It's wild, and it's just the way America is, man. You got grimy shit all day. So I give it a 4.
So I gave that a 4. And Social Dilemma, Broadway, what do you give that?
Man, that one took a while to get on to. I really wasn't rocking with that one too much. I'll give it a 2.
Yeah. 2? All right. Is that everyone, or did I leave someone out?
I think that's
good,
it.
because I think this one was pretty easy because we all gave Michael Jordan's The Last Dance a 5. So for the best documentary of 2020, The Last Dance, by none other than the boy Michael Jordan and the Chicago Bulls. Yeah, it was a dope ass documentary. Big shout out to. So far we have Lovecraft is the best TV show. We have The Last Dance is the best documentary. And then up next, we're gonna go ahead and move into the best social media platform. The best social media platform. And let's see here. For our contestants, we have Facebook, we have Instagram, we have TikTok, we have Snapchat, and we have Twitter. So let's go ahead and start with you, Eric MacGyver, Tony Piff. What do you give Facebook as a 2020s app? What are we saying here? What do you give it?
I mean, Facebook, got to give it to Facebook. I mean, Facebook is 5. Facebook is, in terms of longevity, in terms of, you know, the amount of, I mean, everybody's on Facebook, bro. I think in terms of when you look at the age groups, I think the younger crowd is not really in tune with Facebook. They look at it like the older crowd or the older demographic is mainly on Facebook. So they mainly veer towards like TikTok and the newer joints, which is cool, you know what I mean? But those are some of the joints that we're not really rocking with at the time. So, I mean, for me personally, and even if on a business aspect, I think Facebook is where it's at, in addition to a few others. So I'll give it a 5.
Okay. Instagram.
Instagram, I got to give it 5 too, just on the strength of how powerful it was with that versus battle this year. The kind of platform that Instagram can provide for something like a versus, and also, I mean, you know, it's a lot of IG models out here, man.
Yeah, you got a point. You got
that ass. I'm straight up. That's what it is. Not even just for our, you know, for the viewing pleasure part of it, but they're really out here caking on the strength of modeling on Instagram.
Right.
The same thing with the comedians. The comedians are out here eating off of Instagram. So Instagram is where it's at too. I gotta give it a 5.
Okay. TikTok.
I don't really rock with TikTok. I don't know too much about it. Like I was saying before, I think that's for the younger demographic. I've downloaded it just to check it out a few times, just to see what it's about. But I don't know. I mean, it's relevant. I guess it's cool for the pandemic. A lot of people found entertainment in it, so I'm not gonna give it anything less than a 4. I'll give it a 4.
Okay. Snapchat.
Oh shit, a 3.
All right. Any reason why? You just don't rock with it.
I don't even use Snapchat, so I wouldn't. I'm kind of biased with.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and then lastly, Twitter.
Twitter. I don't use Twitter as much as I use Facebook or Instagram, so I'm not going to give it a 5. I do know Twitter was popping, like really, really popping at one point. And it might still be, but I just don't use it as frequently as I do the other apps. So I'll give it a 4.
Okay. Broadway. What do you give Facebook?
I'm gonna give Facebook a 3. It's cool, right. It's intuitive, but the whole mess with the whole privacy things that they're doing. And Rose is funny. She was saying something in the feed in the YouTube room, which is true. Once our elders started getting onto it, it started becoming a thing. Like, yo, like they getting hip to, you know, shit we be doing or posting up pictures and things like that. So it's like, right. I gotta make my Facebook PG than a motherfucker. They be on it.
What would you give it? I know you gave Facebook a 3. What would you give Instagram?
I'm gonna give Facebook a 3. Instagram I rock with heavy, so I'm gonna give that one I'm gonna give it a 5.
All right. TikTok?
I don't really play with that one too much. I would say like 2, even though I know that's the one for the youth. They be doing their dances and doing, you know, learning all.
Snapchat?
Snapchat is cool for the fact that you can have a chat that'll disappear in 24. You can have pictures that.
What about those screenshots though?
And well,
real talk.
Once you take a screenshot, the other person will know, unless you really on some extra shit, and then you have another phone and you take a picture with the other phone. Then they, you know, but that's just some extra shit you doing. But
you know, people do shit like that. I know. I would do it if I was trying to fuck somebody over.
Yo, it's wow, yeah. But Snapchat is cool for that, but I don't be on Snapchat like that, man.
What do you give it?
I'll give it a 3. It's got some things. So it depends what you in there for. I mean, it's still a media platform, so it's whatever.
And then lastly, Twitter. What do you give Twitter?
I like Twitter. I'm gonna give it a 4. I'm heavy on Twitter and Instagram. Facebook, like whatever.
AC, moving right along to you. What do you give Twitter?
Yo, keep it easy. You know, I just joined social media point blank period on all platforms this year. The only thing I rock with is IG. Everything else is a 3. I put IG on a 5.
All right. Skit Slam. What do you give Facebook?
I give that a 3. I would, if this was years ago, I would have gave it a 5 because it was the shit years ago. And you know, I started talking to people we haven't spoken to in 20 years and shit like that, and family that's in other countries. I love it for that.
Right.
But I don't like I feel like every year with Facebook though, they come out with new restrictions, like you can't add more than how many people and all of that shit. Like they don't want no ghetto motherfuckers to make any money. So
right.
So for that reason, you only get a 3. You can kiss my ass.
Okay.
But Instagram, I'm same reasons as Facebook, but I will give it a 5 because I love pictures. More, I like pictures and video. That's my shit. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So, I follow people. I follow fucking graffiti artists and shit like that, just so I can see, pictures and colors and shit like that sparks my mental to do shit. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Can I add something in real quick? I want to say about IG for you, Skip.
Yeah.
You could do that on IG too. You could like follow hashtags. That's actually something I do. You mentioned like throw ups and graffiti and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I follow that. That way I get like feeds of people that do throw ups and graffiti all over the world.
Yeah, even dope sneakers or you know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah. Shit that you like.
All that shit.
Yeah. You could do that on IG. You could follow like hashtags.
Oh, okay.
And then so what do you gave Instagram a 5, Skip? What do you give TikTok?
TikTok, I don't really rock with it, so I'll give it a 2, some shit like that, because I tried to go on it a couple times. It's just not my thing, man. That shit it's for the young generation. It's fast as fuck. Put a filter on and shake it around and do a stupid dance real quick. You know what I mean? I'm too old for that shit, man. I mean, I don't know what to say.
Did you say you gave it a 1?
14, huh?
Did you say you gave it a 1?
Yeah, I'll give it a 1. It's because it's entertaining, but it's not entertaining from my grown ass. I don't think it is. So.
All right, and Snapchat, Skip?
I gotta get a giggle out of it. You know what I mean? But that shit is not. Snapchat, the same thing. I ain't even fuck with that, so I'm gonna give that a 1 or a 0.
What about Twitter?
Twitter, I'll give it a 4 because it cracks me up sometimes. But yeah, but it don't have pictures and shit. So well, maybe a couple memes and shit, but it's not my thing either.
This one was I feel what you're saying. This one was pretty easy to add up, but just so y'all know, for me, I would say Instagram gets the win, and above all, because Facebook, like a lot of y'all said, they keep changing the rules, and I do not like how, like, if I post something, like I have 5,000 friends on Facebook, and I guess you can say this is like this for all of them.
Can't get no more either, right?
Yo, I can't get no more than 5,000 friends, and then when I post something, I feel like only like 50 people see it.
Yeah, so shit like that. No.
Maybe y'all can
Facebook.
Maybe y'all can school me to the game, but I don't know what the benefit is for Facebook or Instagram or any of these platforms to dial you back, because they're obviously not giving you everything that you can like they're not giving you all your 5,000 friends, but I don't know why. Do any of y'all know why? Because I'm like, I don't like, what's their plan? Like, why are you fucking with people?
I think it's bread, because I always see them trying to promote shit like, yeah, if you pay $50 here, we'll spread your shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm spreading it myself before you interrupted and started blocking. You know what I mean? But
right.
I guess they want to see something you have to pay them to now.
So out of all the joints that we named for the best social media app of 2020, Instagram wins. But I feel whoever mentioned it earlier, I feel like the old people are getting in tune to Instagram, and because the old people are getting in tune, the young people are getting out of tune. I was telling my brother the other day, I seen some of my favorite MCs on Instagram, and I feel like these MCs are like my dad's age, and they have no business being on social media. No business. But yeah, man, this is what it is. So Instagram wins for best social media platform of 2020. Shout out to all the old niggas on Instagram. Stay your ass off, because you looking real crazy. They look like those teachers who in class, they put their glasses down like this.
I'm gonna have to add on to that. If you are an artist in any way, I don't care if you draw a picture, MC, produce, you know what I mean? Then I don't. Then to me, your age it don't matter. Like when you're online, but if you like one of them old niggas that go to work from 9 to 5 every day and you posting on Instagram because you made a tea or fucking cook some food or some shit, like come on, man, like grow up
Yo,
or
you
whatever.
know,
Anyway,
I feel
whatever
you.
makes you happy.
You know what I'm trying to be done with in 2020? We need to leave behind in 2020. Old
What?
people taking whack ass pictures with their phone and putting them online.
Yeah, that's just dead. That's what I'm saying. Like 20, because you gotta think this is almost 20 years of that shit now. Like stop, phone in the background. Like I got bored with it because I don't know if any of y'all know this, but I don't really put up pictures anymore like that. You know what I'm saying? And it's just because one day I sat down and actually thought about it, and I was like, and then on top of that, there's people that's posting pictures. Their pictures are getting money for. And to me, everybody's equal, motherfucker. If you're getting money for a picture, you got to give me money for my picture too.
Right.
Word.
Right.
I feel you.
No, if you want to see a picture of me, you got to pay me just like if you want me to jump on stage. You know what I'm saying?
Fans only.
Nah, I can dig it.
The fans only, B.
Yo, fans only took off in 2020.
One picture, like, come on, that's crazy.
Yo, so let's keep it moving to the best movie of 2020. The best movie of 2020. For nominees, we have one, Bad Boys for Life. And yo, that joint came out in January, so that's probably one of the only movies that some of us actually got to see in the movie theater this year. Next would be Charm City Kings, a joint I seen on HBO Max recently, starring the boy Meek Mill, among others. I thought that was super dope. Also, Five Bloods we have, a Chadwick Boseman movie along with some others, and he must have filmed this movie very shortly before he passed away, because when I seen this movie pop up on the screen, I had been wondering like, yo, how is Black Panther losing so much weight? And then unfortunately, the day before my birthday, I found out. So yeah, Five Bloods was a dope ass flick. And then last but not least, Project Power.
That was dope.
Wait, was that last? No, that's not last. I have one more. Project Power was dope. It's another Netflix joint. Netflix, sometimes they come through and they straight kill it. That joint was starring Jamie Foxx, and I really appreciated that movie. I'm probably gonna have to watch it again, but it was super dope for a Netflix movie. And then lastly, The Old Guard, which was also a Netflix movie. But yeah, AC, let's go ahead and start with you. What do you give The Old Guard?
It might get like a 2, fam. I'm gonna tell you.
You didn't like the concept at all?
That was pretty weak, man.
AC over here giving The Old Guard a 2.
Look, I tell you this: if we was doing fractions, it'd earn a 2.5. I wasn't impressed. I'm a person for endings. The finale was kind of 2.5.
Okay.
Look. Let me run through them real quick for you.
All right.
I'm sorry. All right. So if Old Guard gets a 2, Old Guard might have to get a 1, but I'm gonna keep it with a 2. Five Bloods, my man Spike, Chadwick, they failed on this one, dog. This could have went into. I thought we was gonna do worse, but we kept best categories. That was a bad one right there, man. Five Bloods was that's a 2. At best, okay. I'm just being generous right now. Five Bloods was a 2.
Boy, Chadwick's rolling over in his grave right now, man.
No disrespect, Chad, my HU brother. Bad Boys for Life, I gave that a 3. Charm City Kings, even though going into that, I thought that was the other documentary for them boys in Baltimore that was riding the bikes. I didn't even know Meek Mill was in that joint and everything, so I caught up on that real quick. I like the other documentary better than Charm City, but I give that a 3.
What other documentary?
It's another documentary of the boys in Baltimore. I found a name for you, but I forget it. But Are those called 12 o'clock? Well, anyway, it didn't come out this year though, because I saw the other documentary maybe last year or a year or two, but it's a dope one. It's about them riding bikes up in Baltimore. And I give Project Power a 4. That was the best one out of all 5 to me, and that earned a 4.
So Project Power is your favorite movie in all of 2020?
Out of the 5 we got nominated, yeah, out of these 5, definitely. Probably not out of all 2020. No.
I'm gonna come back to you when we're done, but I want to know your favorite movie.
Liam Neeson. He just got the new joint that's on what's that called? Honest Thief. That might have been better than Project Power. Project Power.
Listen, I have a strict rule. Every time I hear someone does something slightly racist, like I'm the illest canceller of them all. Like I don't give a fuck. If I ever hear you did anything racist, or I don't care if you did the shit when you was 16. So I definitely heard, Liam Neeson was wilding and chased the black dude down. He thought was. Y'all can look up the story. I ain't gonna bring it back up.
I saw that shit. It's on Vlad.
Hey, you know what?
I used to like taking him because of what he said. I'm not fucking with him no more.
Nah, not at all.
He
not
said
even a little bit.
Got beat up by a black person, and after that day, he was like looking for him and like.
Nah, he said he was looking for any black person.
Yeah.
I didn't even hear about that one.
Yeah, so
this good.
Came out of his mouth.
So I don't fuck with people who be like, yo, when I did it when I was 16, because guess what? When I was 16, I wasn't a racist. So I don't care how old you were. All of a sudden you're in the public limelight, and all of a sudden, like if the shit didn't come up, if niggas didn't find out about it, would you be apologizing?
Eminem.
Exactly. Silence. Yo, man, how I feel is how I feel, and that goes for everybody.
I'm with you. If he did something wrong, he did something wrong. I'm not up on it, so I look up on it. But I'm just saying, as far as the movie go, yeah, that's stronger than a lot of the other nominees. But the one I said, Project Power, that's my winner over all the rest. That gets my highest one, and the highest score I'm gonna give that is a 4.
All right. Broadway. Bad Boys for Life. What do you give it?
Bad Boys for Life. I'm gonna give it a 3. I mean, it's hard to outdo like the first one, man. And the first one was the best to me. I'll give it a 3.
All right. Charm City Kings.
Charm City Kings was all right. Ain't gonna be better than Bad Boys for Life. I'll give it a 2. I'll give it a 2.5, but we'll go with 2.
All right, Five Bloods.
Yo, Five Bloods. I liked it and I didn't, man. Like, to keep it a buck, like, and honorable mention, Ma Rainey. Did y'all see Ma Rainey on Netflix?
Yeah, just recently, just a couple days
ago. That was a better movie with Chad Boseman than.
What's that? Oh yeah, I watched that too.
That was a better feature.
That just dropped like the last week or two, right?
Yeah.
It was tight. Only thing I don't like, I hate when they do movies for the whole hour you're in one room, kid. I fucking hate that shit. I don't know what bothers me.
Yo, and Denzel had parts on that too. I think he produced it or executive produced.
He produced it or directed something like that.
That's like my favorite actor, bro. So
Denzel.
Yeah, to know that even more was like, man, it made me even like it more. But not to get sidetracked. What's the other joints we have? Base categories.
Project Power.
Project Power. I did enjoy that one. That was one of the action movies that I could say that like I sat down and like literally eyes glued to the TV the whole time, and I liked it. So out of the joints there, I would give that one a 5. Based on those, I would say 5 on that.
Old Guard.
3.
Okay. And MacGyver Knowledge, Tony Piff. What do you give Bad Boys for Life?
Bad Boys for Life, I'll give it a 4.
All right. Charm City King.
I'm gonna give that joint a 3.
All right. Five Bloods.
Yo, I like Five Bloods.
Me too. They're ripping this joint apart.
I mean, there were a couple parts that could have been better, you know what I'm saying? But for the most part, for what it was, I'm gonna give it a 5. That's Five Bloods was
Alright.
dope to me. We really enjoyed it. Yeah, we watched that twice in the house, and I liked it even better the second time.
Facts. Project Power, E.
I wasn't really off of Project Power like that. The shit seemed kind of cheesy to me. I just love the fact of having a black superhero, so that kind of gives it another point just on the strength of that. But damn, I wish we can give half points, man. That's killing me. Project Power, I'll give it a 3.
The Old Guard.
Old Guard, I'll give it a 3.
All
It was all right. I didn't watch it again though.
Black Belt Poem, Skit Slam.
What up?
What do you give the Old Guard?
I'm gonna have to get that like a 2 or some shit. Kind of bored me scared. That's what's that girl name? Is it Charlize Theron?
Charlize Theron.
Charlize Theron, yeah.
It wasn't her best movie, I don't think. And like, who said it was generic? Somebody said that, or was that?
AC, I think.
Yeah, it was a bit generic for me. When I'm
what do you give?
Out, then yeah, you can't get much. And what else?
Project Power.
Along the same lines, because when the trailer came out, I was amped for that. You know what I'm saying? But then, nah, man, nah.
So what do you give it?
1.
Jeez. I'm glad that all our answers are very diverse. Five Bloods. What do you get at, Skit?
I'll give that a 5. I just like the way Spike Lee films his movies and shit like that, and the characters are always memorable. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even talk about my man. What's his name? Is it Lindo?
Delroy Lindo.
Yo, Delroy was a beast.
Yo, that's a done you right there, man.
Delroy's my man from that movie with Aaliyah and DMX, right?
Yo, too many movies.
You talk about Clockers?
Nah. What's that movie with Aaliyah and DMX? And I swear Delroy's in it.
He's in it. He is in it.
What's the name of that movie?
I forget, but he's in it.
Had an ill-ass soundtrack too.
He an OG. He been in too many classics.
Yeah, he has.
Oh my God, what's the name of that Aaliyah movie?
With Jet Li in it too. That's the main dude.
That's the first time I saw Jet Li on some hip hop shit.
Yo, so but before we move,
know what it is.
Skip, what do you give Charm City Kings?
I'll give it a 4 because when I lived in the States, I used to love that whole Philly scenery. Every time you go up to Philly, it was just jokes and shit, and it kind of brought me back, like, you know what I mean? So I liked it. Even the main character, Mouse.
That was Meek, right? Or no, that was the young kid.
Nah, the little kid. I hope I see him in more movies, that little kid.
And then lastly, Skip, what do you give Bad Boys for Life?
I'll give it a 3 because the first 2 was a 10.
Okay.
I waited it for a long time. And I don't know, there was something wrong with Martin in that, man. I don't know. You could tell he went through a lot of shit, and I felt like it was evident in the movie, like he wasn't fully committed to the character.
Like you mean in his regular life, you could tell when he was acting, he had been through a lot of shit to bring him to that. Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Martin, so I noticed that right away. But I don't never hear nobody talking about it, and I think it's because everybody loves Martin. You know what I'm saying, for what he already did. But
he just came out with a documentary, not a documentary, a stand-up, and I think it's on Netflix too. And it wasn't promoted, like it's brand new, came out in 2020. And what you're saying, you saw him in Bad Boys for Life. I see that in his face in the stand-up.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He been through a lot.
Tonight. I didn't even know about that.
But yeah, y'all, I'll chop it up for a second while I count up these numbers, see who wins this. Let's see here. AC, what was your favorite movie of 2020 if it wasn't one of these?
Yeah, Romeo Must Die. Somebody in the chat said, I think that is it. Rosa,
It is.
Whoever that was is right. Romeo.
Yeah, Rosa got it.
Yeah.
You said my favorite of 2020?
Yeah.
What movie of all of 2020? What you saying?
You gotta come back to me, man. You gotta come back to me real quick. I'm drawing a blank. It's a lot. Let me think.
This year's been about pretty much the series.
Yo, it's been mad hard for movies this year because obviously mad movies didn't come out because the pandemic.
No movies really came out, and that shit hurt my feelings, man.
Because the pandemic, that's one of the biggest things that I missed this year is going to the movies. We would have saw Black Widow, we would have saw Eternals, we would have saw a bunch of different shit if it wasn't for the pandemic.
Yeah.
9, 14, 16, 18.
Wonder Woman was alright though.
Wonder Woman was trash, B.
Wonder Woman was weak.
Yeah, Wonder Woman was garbage, Joe.
Other one.
Terrible. Matter of fact, I thought about giving us a category of worst movies of 2020, and Wonder Woman would have made that cut. I was so disgusted on Christmas Day. I can't believe they stole 2.5 hours of my Christmas.
But that's how that Guard movie and that Power movie did me. Even when I see it now, I just fucking skip past that shit fast as heck, man.
Well, when I see Wonder Woman getting promoted, I start getting heated underneath the collar because they took my Christmas. 9, 12, 13, 16, almost done, fellas. I think I have a winner, or it ain't gonna be fucking Old Guard. Yo, so this was our most even category yet, and it was all over the place. And at the end, Five Bloods took it.
Damn, and that got the most smoke.
Five Bloods, movie of 2020.
Five fucking Bloods.
Yeah, man. Rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman. Shout out to Spike Lee, the boy Delroy. You know what I'm saying?
So
Five Bloods got it. Yo,
what were the honorable mentions for the movies? For the movie categories?
My bad. And that's another thing. We've kind of been skipping honorable mentions. The honorable mentions were Extraction with the boy, Chris Hemsworth.
That was dope.
I haven't seen that
that's
yet.
all I'm saying. Like we gotta bring up the honorable mentions because those
Is that
two.
Better than Peppermint? Peppermint was good.
I haven't seen that. I've been wanting to see that skit.
Peppermint was dope. That might have came out like what's the other joint like Peppermint? Ava or something.
Ava.
Yeah, Ava was dope too. Was dope too.
Damn, I got to take notes, man. I ain't seen none of these.
Ava was dope. Extraction was dope. I got to see Peppermint. I haven't seen Peppermint yet. That's on my list to see.
Yeah, it was neat.
And then the joints I want to see after we get off is Peppermint, and I'm gonna definitely check out the Warrior joint just on the strength of y'all bigging it up.
What'd y'all say? The Extraction? That's the first one you said?
Yeah, well, Chris Hemsworth with the boy Thor.
Oh, I gotta see that.
And then the other honorable mention is The Invisible Man.
I didn't see that shit.
That was alright, actually.
Invisible Man was hard body to me. Yeah. I love that joint.
I feel like I need to watch it again.
I like when they got them dope endings and how she dealt with my man at the end. I thought that was neat as fuck, yo, how she dealt with him.
That was hard.
I feel like I need to watch that.
That was dope.
Yeah. and dude was there too, the other dude, but he couldn't see her ass. That was good.
Yo, so we moving right along to the next category. One of my favorite categories. The best hip hop song of 2020. It's a lot of joints that came out this year, man. And every joint on this list, I gotta say, I definitely love it. But number one is Busta Rhymes featuring Kendrick Lamar. Look over your shoulder.
Who you asking first?
I'm gonna ask you first, since you look like you're revving to go.
Word.
Wait, let me finish saying the nominees. Joyner Lucas, Like a River, Black Thought Fuel, Lemon by Conway featuring Method Man, and Nas Ultra Black. So yeah, let's start with Busta Rhymes featuring Kendrick Lamar. Black Belt Poems. What do you give that joint? What do you give it?
I give it a 5, but that wasn't my favorite song on the album. But it definitely gets a 5. The whole album's fire. So.
All right. Joyner Lucas, Like a River.
I'm gonna give it a low one because I've heard better Joyner Lucas joints.
Yo, on a side note, did his joint Will Smith come out this year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. That's getting a 5. I don't care.
Yeah, that drum was crazy.
You know what? We might have to make a last minute adjustment here because anyhow, I think any of us would have thought of that joint, it would be on the list. Right? I know when I heard the joint, it fucking touched my heart.
Yeah, that shit touched me, man. I like how he dealt with that.
You know, I'm not gonna make any adjustments because
I mean, yo,
that shit was dope.
The song was dope. We're not really gonna put that in our top 5, are we?
No, I'm not gonna make an adjustment. We already made our list, but I want to hear why you wouldn't put it in your top 5 in a minute. But Skit, what do you give Joyner Lucas, Like a River?
I'll give it a 3.
All right. Black Thought Fuel.
5.
Kanye featuring Method Man, Lemon.
Conway.
What did I say?
Said Kanye.
Oh no, definitely not Kanye.
Oh, you said Conway, right?
Conway featuring Method Man, Lemon.
I'll give it a 3. It's decent joint.
And then Nas Ultra Black.
That gets a 5.
All right. MacGyver Knowledge, Tony Piff, Busta Rhymes featuring Kendrick. Look over your shoulder. What do you give it?
I'm gonna give it a 5 because Busta's my dude, always been my dude. But I agree with Skit, that was not the illest joint on the album. By far, actually. Yeah, he had some fire on the album. But there was
so much fire on that album, man.
Yeah, he had some fire on the album. But that joint, just on the strength of the whole album being fire, I'll give it a 5. And salute to Busta and Kendrick. That's 2 of my favorite MCs at the current time. With the exception of the other 4.
I ain't gonna lie, when Kendrick first came out, I was hating. I had to listen to a lot of Kendrick, and now, he's in my top 5. It has to be.
That's honest.
Skit, I think Sai been hating on Kendrick for a long time, man.
Yeah.
Talk about it, man.
Now, you know what it was?
Sai doesn't hate.
Kendrick, I was like, why are you going on J. Cole? Like, why are you not picking up J. Cole? That shit was hurting my feelings, fam. I thought J. Cole was nice, but then, that Kendrick he's got some shit with him. And then even that, like listening to a Busta interview about what him and Kendrick did with that beat, and he gave him other beats, and he picked that one. I rate Kendrick for that. I'm sorry.
Yo, where is Kendrick anyway? I think he disappeared because he had a baby, right, or something like that?
I'm not sure. Not even know.
He kind of fell back. Like I haven't seen him at all through 2020. I would have thought I'd seen him on some ultra Black Power shit, at least some music, but I haven't heard from him at all.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I haven't heard not a peep.
I know they said he popped up in like George Floyd protests, and his team been backing him up on Twitter, like his engineering stuff, saying he coming back 2021 full force. So I think he had plenty of time to rebuild himself for sure. So you probably hear something 2021.
Well, family is why he took off.
Go see the video. Did y'all like that shit? Wait, are you still?
I'm not sure what Eminem joint you're talking about, but before we get wildly off track.
Yeah, go ahead. That's what I was gonna say. That's why I stopped. I was like,
Tony Tony Piff, what did you give Joyner Lucas's Like a River?
I'll give it a 4.
Okay. Black Thought Fuel?
4.
Conway featuring Method Man Lemon?
I just like the way that Meth came off on that, yo.
He's mad. I'm gonna wait till I talk, but yeah, you're right.
Yo, the way Meth came off on that was like he had something to get off his chest.
Yes, sir.
I was fucking with Meth hard body on that. You know what though? I will say that Conway album is hard. The whole Griselda, I mean, they've been dropping fire all year. So I can't not give that song a 5 on the strength of that whole album being fire, and give Busta a 5 off the strength of the whole album being fire. So I'm gonna give that one a 5.
I can dig it. Nas Ultra Black.
I'm gonna give that a 5 too. Album was dope. Nas killed it. The impact, the message, the relevance, everything was full circle. It was 5.
All right, Broadway, you up? Broadway, what do you give Busta's Look Over Your Shoulder?
I like the joint, but like E and Skit said, that's not one of his better joints. I'll probably say 4 to that one.
All right, Joyner Lucas Like a River.
There's better joints out there for Joyner too, but I will say this about Joyner, like his visuals, whoever's behind his visuals.
I think he's behind his visuals.
Yo, he's dope.
Yeah, for sure.
He's dope.
Yeah.
His production, his ideas as far as putting like songs together, he's got it, man. He's dope.
He's quite brilliant.
He's fire. That one, I say 4.
Black Thought Fuel.
Man, Black Thought always comes through with the lyrics, bro. His shit stay silky. But I'm gonna give it a 4 too.
Kanye and Meth. Conway Lemon. What do you get at?
I'm gonna give that shit a 4 too. And he was right. Meth came through with the shit, man. Hot.
Man, listen. Nas Ultra Black.
Man, I'm gonna give that a solid 5. When I first heard that shit, and for y'all that didn't know, that's produced by Hit Boy, but when that shit first hit, it had something, man. It had, you know when you hear something that make your little hairs on your arms stand up and shit.
It gave you that feeling, B. It gave you that feeling.
It had that vibe. I'm like, yo, I put this shit on repeat many times, bro.
Word.
That one.
And then Ace Wonder, we're about to have a guest. I would put my 2-year-old on camera, but the way his hair is set up right now. But he's down here beefing like he wants to be an extra judge on the show. He just busted in the door like Batman. Anyhow, I digress. AC. AC, Busta Rhymes featuring Kendrick, Look Over Your Shoulder. What do you give it?
Yo, so I'm telling you, I gave these scores a minute ago. Hearing y'all brothers' descriptions and decisions, they could have pushed me in different directions, but I'm gonna keep it with my original score. So, Busta joint got a 4. It was solid all around. I agree with what everyone said. Definitely wasn't the best on there. I didn't care for certain parts of the song, but it's a still solid 4 nonetheless.
Okay. Joyner Lucas, Like a River.
That got a 3.
Okay. Black Thought Fuel.
I gave that a 3. Here, crickets. Yeah, you need an explanation?
Nah, I don't. I wanted to talk shit. I'm gonna leave you alone.
No. My bad. Black Thought is a 4.
Sounds a bit better.
Black Thought is a 4.
Kanye featuring Method Man, Lemon.
That's a 5.
Okay. And Nas Ultra Black.
That's a 5.
That shit again.
That's a 5 because of Meth's verse on there. But before I heard the song, I heard Conway talking shit about the song, saying he got the best Meth verse
And he wasn't lying, was he?
And I was thinking, like, usually when someone come out their mouth and talk shit like that, I'm already like, okay, this got to be at a certain caliber. You know, that sets a bar. And Meth did not disappoint. So when I heard that, I said, okay, yeah, he earned that one. So that one gets a 5, and Ultra Black got a 4 from me.
All right. Again, I'm not that good at math, but I can already see who won. But I'll go over these joints myself. I gave Busta and Kendrick's joint a 4. I wanted to give it a 5, but there are songs on the album that are slightly better than this, and it probably deserves a 5. Fuck that, I'm giving it a 5.
Now you talking.
And the reason I'm thinking it deserves a 5 because one, they got Michael Jackson on the hook. That already gives it points on top of points on top of points. And it's not only Michael Jackson on the hook. I watched the interview, and Knots made the beat. Knots, one of my favorite producers from Virginia, and Knots got the original DAT tapes from that Michael Jackson session, so they were really able to play with how Michael was coming in on the hook. And the way Knots beat sound with that Michael hook, and even at the end of the song where Michael's like singing the joint like he was really in the studio, fucking incredible. So from the beat to the hook, and then I didn't even mention the verses. You said earlier that I hate on Kendrick, but that is not true. But what I've always said about Kendrick is that I definitely see he's a supreme lyricist, and Busta Rhymes is gotta be in my top 3 favorite MCs of all time. And the way Kendrick rapped on that verse, it was as if he thought the same. And when I hear Busta talk, Busta takes like every record as a competition. So whether you his friend or he ain't really cool with you like that, he's trying to body you. Like if I ever had to do a joint with Busta Rhymes, I would know the Busta was trying to body me. So I'm sure Kendrick knew that same thing, and Kendrick didn't disappoint either. You know why I like that joint? Because Kendrick is from like my son's generation, and me and my oldest son got a chance to argue because I was like, yo, did you hear what Busta did to the boy Kendrick? And my oldest son was like, nah, did you hear what Kendrick did to Busta? So that was one of the dopest joints. Yeah, I gave it a 5. And then Joyner Lucas's Like a River. I like when people can tell a story and keep their emotions in it at the same time. Usually when someone tells a story, their emotions either take precedent or the story takes precedent. Joyner was able to keep his emotions, keep his story in check, keep pace with the beat, and just tell a engaging story. And I thought that was super dope. So I gave that a 4. Black Thought Fuel, I really don't see anything wrong with the song. So I gave it a 5.
Nothing wrong with it at all.
Method Man and Conway and Method Man. I want to say Method Man featuring Kanye the way Method Man was sounding. Yo, that's the best Method Man verse I've heard. And this is no shots at Meth because Meth is super dope. But Meth, who somebody said on here earlier, and it sounded like the brother had something to prove. That was like Method Man from like Only Built for Cuban Links days. Like he bodied that joint. So I gave that joint a 5. And not only that, that song is hip hop from the beat to the way they was rapping. Like you cannot say that song is the embodiment of what I feel hip hop should be. So that joint, and then Nas's Ultra Black gets a 5 because from his topic to the beat to his cadence to his flow.
I'm working with a younger producer and everything there.
Right. Not many people can work with a younger producer and still sound authentic. A lot of times motherfuckers try to work with like younger producers and they sound out of place. Like I made an album with Mudblood, y'all know about Sui Generous, and a lot of the beats that she gave me were like trap beats and I couldn't hang with them joints. That's why the album has a lot of like boom bap joints on it. And so Nas must have the skill to be able to rap on from boom bap to trap to whatever he wants and sound dope. So I got to give that to Nas. But after all, adding it up, the best song of 2020, hip hop song of 2020 is Nas, Ultra Black.
Yeah. Well deserved.
Yeah. Yeah, I should have had that applause button on here.
Yeah.
The Jamaican.
Yo,
shit.
what's up with those honorable mentions though? Let's hear that.
Honorable mentions. Yo, it's a few honorable mentions. We had the most on here. So there was Logic, Man I Is. Real dope. If any of y'all want to talk on that. We had Benny the Butcher, Traded All. Fucking dope. Benny the Butcher, Legend, which is probably my favorite Benny the Butcher joint ever. I'm glad that EU nominated that joint. Just Benny, the more I hear Benny, the more I like him.
He's a spitter.
He's a spitter. He's a spitter, and that's what I like. The boy got bars, he got lines, he got cadence, he got flow. So that was a real dope joint. Crossroads, Selfish, that was a joint of Jared and I's album. I really enjoyed that joint. I think it was one of the better songs on the album, if not the best song on the album.
That was my best song on the album.
Who said that?
I think Broadway said that shit.
Broadway is a selfish dude, so he probably could relate.
Now, Dolomite was my favorite.
I love everybody, man.
No, I'm joking.
Dolomite was the hottest. Well, to me anyway, I like that shit.
And then also nominated was Ever Living Sounds Anime, and I gotta second that joint because on some creative shit, I've never heard someone make a song with all anime characters and all anime titles. I just thought it was super creative. The beat Skip made was hot as fuck, and I feel like it deserves to be mentioned. And then lastly is Cymarshall Law joint Duality. That joint was alright. But yeah, if y'all want to speak on any more of those joints before we keep it moving.
Yo, I know my
Redman, I feel like Redman came out with a single this year. Did he?
I think he did.
I think he had a whole project. He might have had a whole project.
Y'all keep talking.
Did not you come out? That might have been last year. That's the last.
What was your favorite joint on the Busta album between us?
That playlist up.
I gotta look at the title of that. Hold on.
The playlist right quick.
I think Boom got the sickest video I've seen in a long time, fam. Busta had me dying in that one. I like the joint he got with Rick Ross too. That Master File. That was dope. And then that one he got with the girl, what's that girl's name? Is it Rhapsody or something like that?
Yo,
yeah.
What's the joint? I know which one you talking about. Skit Ninth Wonder's artist.
Rhapsody.
Yes, the joint with her is fire. That's probably the best one in my opinion.
Yeah.
The one he did
yo,
with-
anytime those two link up on a track in terms of Busta and Rhapsody, flames.
Is that the
He
one?
had a joint with her.
Yeah.
His kid, yeah, that's
voices
dope.
go
I get
together
that.
dope, man. And then the beat that they choose.
That was like one of the best off that joint. Boom too. I see Corey said boom. Yeah, boom was fire too.
Yeah, Boom. I like everything about that shit. I just wish I could hear space for me to shit on that. For real.
Yo, that's the joint they got the video for, right? With the metal
yeah.
Buster face.
Yeah.
But we don't have a category for best video of the year, but that was my favorite video in 2020.
Same. That was my favorite. Well,
Which one? My bad. Which video you talking about?
Star the other day again. That shit had me cracking up too. My man, the way he was dressed and how he rode the shot, it came through. And they got a blessing to smash everything up.
When you get a minute, the joint Skip was talking about is called Boom by Busta Rhymes.
Oh no, I know exactly what you're talking about. I just didn't know which video you were talking about. Which was your favorite?
Yeah, that joint was my favorite, the Boom joint.
Right.
So yeah, yo, E, you had mentioned a couple other dope ass joints, and they didn't make the list because there are more songs where the brother was singing. But talk about them Toby joints you mentioned, because he deserves some light, and them joints is fire.
Yeah, Toby, Nwigwe, or however you say his last name. No disrespect, but Toby was killing it. Shit, almost knocked my thing over. Toby was killing it this year, man. I think he deserves to get at least a nod for honorable mention, just off the strength of the way that he did it was dope. His live performances, he's been killing the live performances. And the thing is, the way that he's doing it, I like seeing artists think outside the box, and then that shit hits the way that it was meant to hit, or even better than that. And Toby was definitely the epitome of that. So Toby, he's and also he's been mad consistent too. His consistency has been crazy. I want to say he's been dropping at least a song every week.
Oh, really?
Nigga, throughout 2020. Like he's been going crazy.
I didn't know that.
He's been going crazy.
His joints he's dropping, are they primarily singing songs or more hip hop or?
Nah. I mean, he's all over the place. He got a whole, like, he runs the whole gamut, man. Like, he got, I guess if you want to call it R&B, but he's not really the R&B dude singing on those tracks. It's somebody else. He might have written it, but
is he the brother with the song with Royce and Black Thought?
Yeah.
Is that the same dude? Okay.
Yeah, same dude. So yeah, he got a couple joints, man. He got the joint with D Smoke too. That was pretty cool. Yeah. Joint with Black Thought and Royce.
Yeah, when I seen that, I had to tune in because you picked two of my favorite lyricists to get on the song with.
Yeah.
Jeez.
My brother Broadway dropped something this year called Roll the Dice.
Word.
Indeed.
You can check that shit out on all platforms.
I heard that shit.
I might have to.
I don't know. Did you?
Send you on the low ski link because it's on all platforms. But now I got.
I had to find out about that shit on my own because Broadway did not put it in any group chats.
Yeah,
but luckily, he did.
Yeah, he did.
I found out about it on Twitter.
You know what it is with me and Sai? Me and Sai Twitter heads. So when he be doing things, I be on it, and when I be doing shit, I know that he be on it as well.
Yeah. I seen it and I was like, okay, I liked it. I mean, I suppose he probably did put it in the chat. I'm sure y'all telling the truth. But when I saw it, I was happy because it caught me off guard. And I was just like, okay, B. B's firing. I like it.
Yeah, you send me that. I want to hear it.
Yo, B, when the album coming out? When are you doing more? Because B's one of my favorites and I need the full length project.
I'm gonna keep it a bean. It's already things that's done, but I've been very quiet about things because, as we always talk about, just trying to be independent about everything. I've been quietly learning mixing, and Skit knows because I've been talking. Actually keep in touch with Skit a lot through WhatsApp. And my other peers in UK, we got a whole group with other cats in UK as well.
Yeah, Broadway upgraded my studio this year.
Straight up,
by a lot. So next year it's gonna be.
I've been quiet. I've just been quietly getting my mix game right, bro, because I need that. You know, y'all need that. Y'all gonna enjoy the fruits of my labor as well. Trust.
I hope so.
But I need that. So
we're trying to ride somebody's coattails.
We riding each other's coattails. Just believe. Nah, but yeah, it's definitely joints already there. I just had to sit down and mix it better. I wasn't happy with my own shit, so I wanted to get down and really get the shit right. So yeah, 2021 we definitely firing off. Trust.
All right, let's keep it moving. The next category we got is, I was thinking about putting this category last, but I put it in the middle because I just wanted to have some meat in the middle. And it's the craziest moment of 2020. And as we were picking these nominees, I kept thinking of more crazy moments because I don't know about y'all, but this has probably been the craziest year of my life. I can't think of another year where I was more affected and my life was changed than this year. Besides maybe the year that I moved from England to America in 1990. But besides that, man. So yeah, I'm just gonna get into it. Number one, Kobe Bryant dying. Number 2, the pandemic as a whole. Pandemic as a whole. Number 3, the election, the U.S. presidential election. Joe Biden versus Donald Trump. Number 3, the whole George Floyd episode. And I say the whole George Floyd episode because it started a series of events that have just recently started to die down. For a minute, I didn't even think they were going to die down. I was seeing protests all over the planet every day. The Harvey Weinstein conviction, that is big, super big. And it's still people are still getting taken down right now. So that's the top 5. Broadway, you on my screen right now. So 5 being the most impact it had, and 5, 1 being the least. What would you give Kobe Bryant dying?
Yo, Kobe Bryant is a 5, bro. The impact and everything. Like the day that news dropped, it felt weird, bro. It felt like Twin Towers, no lie. It felt like when Twin Towers happened. That's how that shit hit.
You know what? I want to change something right now. We probably should have started like this. It probably flows better like this. For each thing, each nominee, I'll go to each person and ask them. So Broadway, I'll come back to you when I get to the end. Okay. So MacGyver Knowledge, what do you say for the Kobe Bryant joint?
Kobe Bryant was crazy, man. That's like B said, that's like 9/11-esque. Like one of those things where you remember what you were doing, where you were at the time when it happened, when you heard the news. For me, I was at my son's track meet, and everybody was looking at their phones, man. Everything came to a stop. I mean, kids on the track, like races stopped because of the news. It was crazy to me. And just hearing everybody like tell everybody the news they heard, whole track meet came to a stop, gave a moment of silence, and then we proceeded. But it was just the energy was different. Everything was different that entire day. You got to give it a 5. Kobe is Kobe. You know what I mean?
All right, I can dig it. Ace Wonder, what do you give Kobe Bryant dying?
I gave it a 4. Not to take anything away from Kobe, but I agree with E. It's been moments. It's a handful of people I remember exactly time and place when they passed. Kobe was one of them. Biggie was one of them. Pac was one of them. Michael Jackson was one of them. He's up there. It just so happens that when you get to the other nominees, I think the magnitude that has carried on throughout this year has been the staying power of some of the other events has lasted a little longer than Kobe's passing. So I don't want to give him a 4 to take away the impact, but I just think that some of the another event that I gave a higher score has had a longer lasting impact or lasting power of it. So that's what I gave him a 4.
I can dig it. Skit Slam, Black Belt. What do you give Kobe Bryant dying?
I have to give that shit a 5 because I just showed my kids like Kobe Bryant this year because he kind of he retired, but they just kind of got into basketball this year. They've been playing soccer, but they just now got into basketball, and that was one of the people that I showed him. You know what I mean? And then for him to die, just I don't know that shit. I was thinking about that shit a lot, like it was somebody that I was cool with. It just fucked with me. That and Chadwick, both them shits just. I just felt it just feels repetitive. Like every time we get somebody that we can brag about or be like, yo, he made it. You know what I mean? Like they just get taken away, and then you just get that shit just fucking gets in your head. I mean, for me it does. You know what I mean? But yeah, that shit fucked with me, so I have to give it a 5 because I didn't like the Lakers, I've always been a Bulls fan, but when it comes to basketball, I pick players and watch games just for players. You know what I mean? And he was one of them. And yeah, I remember classic moments with that. Like when he dropped Michael Jordan in that All-Star game, and then him and Jordan kind of went like that, and then he picked him up off the floor. Like there's heartfelt moments and stuff. I kind of shared with Kobe.
Word. I gave Kobe Bryant dying a 4. But to what AC said about as far as like some people passing and you know exactly where you were when you heard the news, I remember I was in this studio that I'm in right now, and my oldest son, shout out to Tyshar, he called me, and my reaction was the exact same reaction I had to when you, Black Belt Poems, called me and told me Pumpkinhead had passed away. It was an identical reaction. And that reaction, I don't know if you remember, because you called me, Tyshar called me, and my reaction was, I remember my first word was no. And I probably said no like 4 more times. And I said, you're lying. And then I said, hold on. Because I clicked the phone button. I went on the internet to check for myself. And then I'm honest enough to say and vulnerable enough to say and open enough to say, tears came down my eyes, man. And the reason tears came down my eyes for Kobe and for Pumpkinhead, but we're talking about Kobe, is because Kobe embodies everything I try to teach my kids every fucking single day. And when I say that, I mean, Kobe was fearless. Kobe was the first in the gym, the last to leave, and he just embodied what it means to be passionate about something and really put your full heart into something. And we don't see a lot of Kobes in this lifetime, and I just feel like Kobe was a huge inspiration to me. Not only that, I didn't even realize Kobe meant that much to me until he died, and just the way my whole body felt. I had to sit down. I started tearing and shit. One of my guys came over, shout out to Josh, and we, put something in the air and sap something, and it was just crazy. So in saying that, also like AC said, I'm gonna have to give it a 4. And the only reason I give it a 4 is because the other things on this list, like 2020 has been a motherfucking doozy. So moving right along, who was first? I think Broadway was first. Yeah, Broadway was first. Broadway, what do you give the pandemic?
Yo, that's an easy 5. Again, I'm going 5. I mean, the amount of people dying and it just spreading out, man. It happening all over, and you just hearing all types of news, not really knowing what's real and what's not. Like people saying it's fake, people saying it's a hoax. People saying that this is the way they're doing population control and all this other shit. Like it really gets your mind going, and you start hearing these conspiracies, and it's up to you to take that with a grain of salt or take it however you want. Well, I don't want to take up too much time. Pandemic 5.
5. The election. Oh no, my bad. Moving on to was MacGyver Knowledge, I believe, was next. Tony Piff.
Yo, the pandemic is fake. Everything about it is fake. Take your mask off and live. No, I'm joking. Obviously, I'm joking. Please don't kill me in the comments. I'm joking.
You almost got canceled.
Yeah, I know, right? I was waiting for my video to go blank. Yo, I will say, obviously, the pandemic is 5. It's impacted all of our lives wholeheartedly, and life as we know it right now is not the same. And I think post-pandemic life is not going to be the same. But I will say, this isn't the first time that our world has seen something like this. Just knowing that we are able to learn our lessons and move forward. Like you think of things like the Black Plague and the
swine flu and shit like that.
Swine flu. Thank you. Swine flu.
Bird flu.
All the other stuff. Like this it's similar to that in terms of the effect that it has on like a global effect. And I do think, you know, maybe 2 years down the line, I think we'll be back to normal, what we're accustomed to. But I do think that things are going to be a little bit different in terms of the way that we, you know, like the way that we congregate in large venues, the way that we eat, the way that we party, things like that. Who knows? We might be back to 100% normal, but pandemic, you got to give it a 5, just on the strength of it's. First, you know what? Let me just back up, and I want to say to whoever's watching, you know, I know everybody's been impacted by it. If you've lost anybody due to the pandemic and the virus, just want to say, you know, RIP to y'all. Thoughts and prayers, condolences, and everything, because I think it's something that's touched everybody's lives in a major way. God willing, it's not in your own household, but I know it's touched a lot of people that I know personally. So I do want to, you know, say thoughts and condolences, prayers to everybody, and pandemic got to be a 5.
Okay, I can dig it. Moving right along. Ace Wonder, what do you give the pandemic, brother?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I didn't hear what you gave it.
I was saying that was my 5. The pandemic.
Okay.
I don't know. Ain't much to say. Like, too much to say about it, and don't know what to say about it altogether. You know what I'm saying? Like, game changer for every person. You know what I'm saying? Everyone, everything on this earth, it feels like it has been affected by that. So, pandemic, a 5 without a doubt.
Skit Slam, what do you give the pandemic, brother?
I give it a 5. I mean, I think it's affected I mean, there hasn't been one person that it hasn't affected, you know what I'm saying? And plus, the kids not going to school and like having to learn from home. Even though I think the world was gonna do that anyway. Like one time, me and my mom had a conversation, and we were saying that they're gonna start building houses where they have one room in your house is gonna be a classroom. You know what I'm saying? And for whatever reason, but it might be for, you know, the COVID reason or whatever. But that's my take on it. And yeah, it affected my family big time, and it affects us a lot from here, because especially if you have like a lot of family in another country and they tell you shit like they can't come visit you and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And
yeah,
it affected us big time. I don't even really like talking about it, because I feel like it's a subject that can go on forever, and it goes around in circles and there's no fucking answer to it. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
Right.
Gotta wait until the powers that be tell you what to fucking do. And I hate that. I hate that we have to listen to somebody else to kind of protect ourselves from whatever. And you don't know what to believe. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you don't know if they're right or wrong. You don't know if it's. I do believe it's real though, and I do believe it's man-made. And I think the shit just got out of hand. I think they made it to fucking, I don't know, spread it somewhere to fucking populate control. But I think that shit just got out of hand. And it, you know, motherfuckers that invented it started bringing it to their own places and shit like that. But that's my personal opinion. You know, whether I'm wrong or right, I don't give a fuck if I'm wrong or right. But, you know, that's just what I'm thinking until somebody show me some proof of some shit. But one thing I can say is that I know a few people that's said that they got it, but when I look at them, they don't look like they got shit. So how this motherfucker is like wiping out 300 people, you know, in one setting and shit like that. Like I'll go to sleep, wake up, and then on the news it'll be like, yeah, in your area, 200 motherfuckers just died today, and I'm like, word? Like, you know, I still don't understand it. You know, I don't know what to follow, what to believe. And when you raising the family and shit, you don't even know what to fucking turn around and tell your family. You know what I mean? Or how to protect yourself or whatever. Like, yeah, that's my thing.
Yo, for the pandemic, I have to give it a 5 myself. For obvious reasons. I don't think y'all said anything that I wouldn't say myself. it's not much I can add except I'm currently still affected, and I don't like this shit. I don't like the fact that I haven't been able to see my friends. I haven't been able to perform at any shows. I haven't been able to go to any shows. I haven't been able to see any movies. People are dying left and right. I don't like it. I don't like it, and worse than me not liking it, I don't know where it's going. And if anyone knows me as a person, they know that I just like to be clear on everything I'm doing and where I'm going. And right now, I don't feel clear. Like I definitely believe it's real. However, I feel like there's something underlying. There's more. There's just more. I feel like they knew about it before January. I feel like some people I knew had the shit before January. It's just every day I walk to the store and got to walk back to my car because I forgot my mask every single day. So I'm going to have to give the pandemic 5 because that shit is not over.
Sound good.
So first, Broadway, back to you. The election, what do you give that? President Trump taking the L.
That shit is jokes, but I mean that's I can't even call that a crazy moment because that was like the inevitable. That was gonna happen to him anyway. Like everybody saw that shit coming. I mean, if anybody listening right now is a Trump fan or was pro Trump or a Proud Boy or whatever, and you was, anticipating that it was going to be another 4 years, man, sadly was you mistaken. But,
Yo, people in my neighborhood still have Trump signs up.
yeah, it's funny.
I think I picked the wrong neighborhood to move.
Flags, dog. Flying flags like on a house, like crazy.
They're weird though.
I can't even remember a presidency that had like people wearing like their candidate's name on the hat. Like people really walking around with Trump hats.
Yo,
that's killing me.
I seen a dude wearing a Trump hat backwards the other day, and I didn't know what to say. Like, now you styling in the Trump hat?
Just slapped it off his head, man.
Yo, they had whole flags like flying off the back of their trucks and shit like that. That was crazy. The election was crazy, man. Yeah.
So what's Yo, B, what score did you give the election? Sorry.
I'm gonna give it a 1 because it wasn't crazy. It was gonna happen. So
I understand your point.
Yeah.
E, what do you give the election?
Yo, hearing how B put it, that makes sense. But I guess my question is, are we talking about the election itself, or are we talking about the presidency leading up to 2020?
I say the election.
Yeah, the election wasn't shit. It was what it was. We knew what it was going to be. I give that a 1.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. I wasn't sure. I thought Trump was going to buy the whole White House like how he did the first time around. Buy that in another 4 years. I don't know how. To me, all of the niggas that's around him are broke. He's been a billionaire on his billionaire shit, and you have to say when he gets in, people like that get into power, they pay their way into power. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's just my opinion. Yeah.
No, I mean that's I hear what you're saying, but in terms of the election overall, it didn't have the same impact as the Obama election. Put it that way. Like, you know what I mean? Like that Obama election had everybody. I mean, everybody was in tune, but that Obama election hit differently. The first one, crazy.
Yeah, it had a more of a positive feeling to it.
Yo,
we all knew that that he was going to go through good with him there. People would start acting out of character and shit.
Yo, AC, what do you give the election?
Oh, 3. My bad, I was on mute.
3?
Yeah. 3.
And the Skit Slam, back to you. What do you give the election?
A 1, because every American election I've seen has been stupid as fuck. So,
all right. Broadway, right back to Broadway, right back to you. The George Floyd episode, incident, situation. What do you give that, man?
Man, that's just as bad as Kobe dying, bro. I'm gonna give that a 5.
All right. MacGyver knowledge, Tony Piff. What do you give the George Floyd situation?
It's George Floyd. You gotta give it 5. That thing sparked a movement like none other, yo. Like that's something that you had to be there to understand the what it felt like. You know what I mean? Like that's something that our parents lived through when they were coming up, that we only read about in our history books, and that's something that when our kids get older, they're gonna have to write reports about it, and you know they live through it, so they can speak on it, and the whole 2020 really. But George Floyd is one of those things where that was a historic moment, and also to say I don't think we can really say George Floyd without saying Breonna Taylor within the same breath. So yeah, I'll just leave it at that.
What do you give it?
Peace to both of them.
What score do you give it? Sorry if I missed it.
My bad. I thought I said 5. I'm gonna give it a 5.
All right. Ace Wonder, what do you give George Floyd incident, moment, situation?
5.
Black belt poem, Skit Slam.
I'm not even gonna get into it. At 5, everybody knows. Everybody saw what happened.
5. The Broadway, the high.
I'm not talking about any subject. But I feel like nobody's doing it. I mean, we as a people, we try to do our best and say this, that, and the other. But at the end of the day, a lot of cops be getting off. And, you know what I mean? And this shit is like a broke record. And then when younger, it's weird because growing up, I really didn't give a fuck about it as much. But now that I have 2 sons and I have to be wondering if they're gonna fucking make it home and shit like that, I have a problem with it. You know what I'm saying? So
I can dig it. Broadway, the Harvey Weinstein conviction. What do you get at?
I'm gonna give it I wouldn't rank it high up. I'd probably give it a low 2, because as fucked up as the situation is, shit like that happens all the time in the US, all over the world. And it's gonna continue to, people still are gonna, what's in the dark will come to light,
Right.
If that shit happened, it was supposed to happen.
I can dig it. Tony Piff, what do you give the Harvey Weinstein conviction?
I'll give it a 2, maybe a 3. It's one of those things.
Give me one number.
Shit, I'll give it a 3, just because of the amount of people that have been affected by it. It's some shit that happens all the time behind closed doors with a lot of motherfuckers that you might not even think are involved with that shit, but they are. But that goes deeper than just what they were involved in. That goes hand in hand with like sex trafficking and shit like that. So that rabbit hole runs fucking deep. But in terms of 2020, what we're talking about, I don't think that really holds a candle to the other things that have happened. So I'll give it a 3.
Okay. AC, Harvey Weinstein conviction. What you think?
I had a 3.
Okay. Any particular reason why, or?
I'm more like E. I would have said a 2 or 3. I was kind of shocked. I think it was gonna kind of pay off and be able to slide on more things. Just being privilege or his money. You know what I'm saying? I saw some things sticking, but he kind of got hit with the gauntlet. So deserving of it, but I thought he was even gonna slide on some other things, probably plea or get found guilty, but he got hit. So I was shocked.
Okay. Kobe Bryant dying. I give that a 4. I already kind of spoke on that. The pandemic, I give that a 5. Because the shit is still going on, man. I already kind of spoke on that. The election, I give that.
I think they have another strand over there. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you, but before I forget, like another version of the COVID and shit.
I haven't heard about another version in the US, but I damn sure heard about another version in the UK.
Yeah,
Me too.
Because they reckon that the second new version of it, part 2 or whatever you want to call it, is like hard body. You know what I'm saying? Like it's taking motherfuckers out. But like I said, man, but I got that off the news and I don't know whether to believe that motherfucker. 1 minute we're on tier 1 or tier 3. I don't know. It's just, it's confusing and stupid. Like
it's confusing because you never know who's lying.
Yeah.
Like
I'm kind of tired of that scenario, the whole, lying ass motherfuckers that hold the keys to everybody's kingdom. Like these niggas be lying all the time.
See, my thing with that is the timing of it.
Like it's crazy.
Like the timing of it is crazy because it's like all these companies are coming out with the vaccination and shit like that. So I feel like there's definitely an agenda involved with the way that they're pushing that shit.
They really think we dumb as shit though. You know what I'm saying? Like even how all of that vaccine shit, I don't know about out there, but they're out here, they're like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? There's 3 vaccines, we're not sure if they're gonna work or not. And then sometimes you might read an article and the nigga took the vaccine and his lips swelled up and shit, there's side effects. Like I'm like, what the fuck, man? Like, you know what I'm saying? And then this is the part that's hurting me the most, is that I feel like in a minute, I don't know why, but I just feel like they're gonna say you're not gonna be able to work, get a passport, go to school, or the shit that we need every day, even going into a store, unless you show like a card to say you've had the vaccine or not. You know what I'm saying? Like I think they're gonna frighten us into taking the vaccine.
I think that's coming.
1 minute they were saying the vaccine's gonna cost money. Switch on to another channel, they're like, yo, we giving the vaccine away for free. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's just a whole they like confusion. That's what I've come to a conclusion of this year. Like for them, confusion, it must work for them. For us, we're confused as fuck. We don't know whether to, what
it's just it's a sticky situation because we all want to say it's an agenda because that's what we feel, and we don't trust American governments, we don't trust European governments, but at the same time, it's a sticky situation because as we're on our lips, it's like it's an agenda. Somebody's grandma just died, someone's dad just died, so it's really hard to say that shit. To me, it's hard to say it because as soon as you say it, someone is like, "Yo, it's not an agenda. My dad died off that shit," and they're not lying. But then you also hear shit like, they're saying anyone who died in the hospital is dying. If they had like other symptoms of other things, they're just calling it COVID. So you never know.
I know 2 people that worked in a hospital and they take the test every week and they've never got it. And people are going in there, and I actually know them. I'm not gonna say no names, but I know one of them, Si.
What I will say is, when I say that something is like it's an agenda, I'm not saying COVID itself is an agenda. I'm saying the way that they're pushing the vaccination, and saying that there's this mutation, there's this, there's that. Like, all right, so take for example how they were before the whole COVID thing happened. We were supposed to be having these deadly ass hornets in the States, and once COVID hit, nigga, they
didn't hear about the Hornets, right?
Huh?
What?
Didn't hear about the Hornets. Nah, I agree. And it's like when I heard about the Hornets,
all of a sudden they disappeared, fam.
All of a sudden they disappeared. As if the Hornet ploy wasn't working, so they had to come with something deeper. Because the Hornet shit started making me want to stay the fuck in the house.
Yeah,
I didn't.
I started seeing certain nests, like these big ass nests up around like where we live at in the trees. And I was like, yo, what is that, son? But it was something different. But even still, like it wasn't something that was gonna keep us in the house like COVID would.
So it's like they upped the level, like that shit ain't working.
Yeah, something like that. But when I speak on the agenda, I'm not saying that to downplay COVID by any means. That just goes into the government and how they're trying to push that vaccination on people. And then like for people like myself that don't necessarily believe in taking every single vaccination every year, like they try to push on us. I'm not beat for it. That's the agenda.
So I'm hearing that Some people saying the strain is not that bad, and I'm also hearing my friend in Japan telling me that the second strain is also in Japan. So it's reached worldwide, and eventually it's gonna get to America. These are the facts. These are the facts.
Prior to the second strain coming out over here, they were saying America was number one that had it the most, and then a week or two later, they was like, "Yo, we got a different strand, and it's just taking over England." Like they ain't even give you a chance to ready up, even if you wanted to. Like they was like, "Yo, it's it's here and taking niggas out."
I think as long as they keep scared, man. As long as they keep people scared and guessing, the hidden agenda will keep getting, will continue on.
Control over the people.
Oh my God, there's mad shit I want to ask y'all. Like, for instance, your internet service at your houses, is it any? Do you notice anything different about your shit? Like, is it like freezing or?
I feel like my shit be going slower, out of nowhere.
And do you feel like you're getting forced to upgrade your shit?
Hey, yo, hey, my whole internet shit since this whole pandemic, plus, you got the kids and everything at home doing the virtual learning. We just had to cop a whole new upgraded router from Fios from Verizon and just had to plug it in because it was shoddy. And you hear the kids doing the virtual learning, they having the same issues. Everyone having the same issues. And I'm just like, just installed a new one, man. I'm like, man, who you telling?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Got him. Yep. That's what Xfinity's like. Got him.
Yeah, I feel like they made everybody upgrade, like, did you hear, was people saying that 5G and shit, like, is going microwave niggas and shit?
I heard that.
They was saying that. Yeah.
Yo, my phone got 5G, and every night I gotta move that shit away from my head just in case.
Just in case, fam. That's what I'm saying. Like,
yo,
yeah, in the beginning.
You saw Kobe said the second strain is in Colorado. Did you know that?
Nah, I didn't know that, and I didn't see him say that.
I gotta check. He said that in the YouTube.
Ain't that where the weed dispensers are?
Yo, I was just saying that in the room. I was saying the second strain is in weed. Watch.
Unless he's talking about that kind of strange shit. There's all kinds of strains in Colorado.
If they put the strain out in weed, they taking out all the brothers.
Yeah, I mean, they calling it a strain. Shit.
Matter of fact, I'm surprised one of the dealers didn't come out with the COVID bag.
Call that shit called COVID, yet, right? That killer shit.
Yo, and I'm sure some of us might want to try that. Like, you got that COVID, fam?
Nah, true.
Yeah, I wouldn't try it. I wouldn't try that shit.
Nah, I'm good. I'm good off of that.
I would want to know. I would want to talk to someone who tried it to see what it was, but nah, I wouldn't try that shit. Yo, let's keep it moving. But yo, the craziest moment of 2020. The pandemic wins. The pandemic. I think we all knew that though. But y'all made it challenging though. You put Kobe right up there. And the pandemic just edged it out. But I think if we all think about it, the pandemic, man.
Wait, Kobe edged out George Floyd?
No, I'm sorry, E. The pandemic edged out George Floyd, and then Kobe was right underneath it.
Oh, okay.
Matter of fact, George Floyd and Kobe were tied.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, the pandemic, fam. So moving right along. The best athlete of 2020. I feel like this is an incredible category because in order to be the best at anything in 2020, you had to do things that were out of your regular stratosphere. You had to do more. Anyone had to do more, whether it was basketball, soccer. You had all these things going on in 2020. Matter of fact, all the things that we just talked about were going on in 2020. So if you were able to still be at the top of your field, and I mean, whether you were a garbage man, a painter, or a basketball player, in 2020, if you were able to stay at the top of your field, you got to get extra credit for that. You have to give it. Matter of fact, a lot of people were saying like sports champions who win a championship during the pandemic, should they get more or less credit? What do y'all think about that? I personally think they should get more credit, but what do y'all think?
I'd say more credit because this is something none of us have ever dealt with in our lifetimes, bro. Like, and to have to go out there and perform and entertain, you know what I'm saying? In times like this. I mean, I couldn't picture myself jumping on stage and going like this, and I'm looking at people that got masks on like this and shit. That would fuck with me. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Like if next time I get on stage, am I gonna have to wear a mask and rap through the mask?
I ain't doing that. I'm not doing that, man.
I haven't even thought about it because I haven't even wanted to do a show outside my house. Anyhow, best athletes of 2020. Skit, since you write and direct in front of me. LeBron James. What do you give him? Keep note, the LA Lakers did win that championship this year in the pandemic, in the bubble.
Yeah.
And the LA Lakers, I don't think they made the playoffs last year.
I'm gonna give him a 5 because everything about LeBron as a person and the way he plays, I like about that dude. He owns part of Liverpool. I mean, when I see him and his children, he's putting work into them, bro. Like Bronny Jr. is not losing, fam. When
he's all in Larsa Pippen's DMs.
Yo, fam. I saw an article that he was blazing trees. I was kind of hurt about that, though. I'm like, try to have an NBA career first before you do that shit,
man. All right, LeBron get a 5. Broadway, what do you give LeBron?
Man, LeBron, I'm gonna give him a 3. I would maybe say 4, but I'm gonna say 3. We talking about just athlete stuff, the stuff that he does on court. My man keep jumping from team to team, bro. I stick to one and make it happen.
Can't hate on that. Ace Wonder, what do you give LeBron?
I'm an advocate for people that when you win me over, I give you that much more respect. I wasn't really big on Bron and the bandwagon, everyone on him, but for the reason that he did what Broadway did and he winning on these teams, he ain't just jumping teams and losing. He's actually jumping teams and contributing and actually bringing championships to those towns, states, and cities. So you gotta give it to the man. And what he do off the court, you know, he's a man's man. So I give it to the kid. I give him a 5.
Okay. Tony Piff, what do you give LeBron James?
Well, my man over here got something to say. What you want to say about LeBron?
So as you know him, he's the king of basketball. Guys on
Facts.
I like this dude.
And I like him too. I like LeBron.
What you give him? You give him a 1 or 5? 1 out of 5. 5 being the highest, 1 being the lowest.
Just to be honest, he actually won 3. What's it called?
4 championships.
4 championships.
Facts.
Out of 4 teams, the Heat.
3 teams: Heat, Cavs, and the Lakers. So what do you give him? 1 through 5. 5 being the highest, 1 being the lowest.
I'll give him a 5.
My man.
I'll take that.
It's a 5, bro.
Okay. And that leaves me. Who started? Was it Skit? Let's go with Skit. Skit, what do you give Mohamed Salah from the Liverpool squad, one of our forwards?
I would have to give him a
Yeah.
Okay, so
I'll give him a 4 this year.
So yeah,
All right.
mommy's car. Mommy's car.
MacGyver knowledge. Since I'm seeing you right now, what do you give Mohamed Salah?
Muhammad, what?
A 3? Did you say 3?
No. He said what?
Yeah. Yeah, 3.
AC and AC, what do you give Mohamed Salah?
Yo, I gave him a 3 based on me just really not being familiar with him. But I knew Liverpool did their thing. And for him to be in the category, he got to be doing something right. So I just going to be fair and keep it make it a 3 for him.
Broadway, what do you give Mo Salah? Mohamed Salah.
I mean, Salah, I give him a 3, man. He be kicking that shit. You heard? Liverpool, what up?
This dude's amazing. All right. Broadway, since you're right there, what do you give Patrick Mahomes?
Yo, Patrick Mahomes, Kansas City, man. He be shaking. That guy, I think he was a trailblazer, definitely. I'm gonna give him a 4.
Okay. MacGyver knowledge, what do you give Patrick Mahomes?
Patty Mahomes, gotta give him a 5. I mean, he's damn near the MVP of the league this year. So I mean, you're ODing right now. But yeah, gotta give Patty Mahomes a 5, man.
Yo, Skit Slam, what do you give Patrick Mahomes?
I'll give it 3. 2.5.
Ace Wonder, what do you give Patrick Mahomes?
I give him a 4. The boy been doing his thing.
All right. Ace Wonder, since you're right there, what do you give Lamar Jackson?
Same, 4.
MacGyver knowledge, what do you give Lamar Jackson?
I'm gonna give him a 4 just because Patrick Mahomes is edging him out every time he meets him on the field. He's not really trying to see Patrick Mahomes. So yeah, I'm gonna give him a 4. But he's definitely that dude for sure.
Broadway, what do you give Lamar Jackson?
Give Lamar 4. He's doing his thing, but I sent him in what he said, man.
Skit Slam, what do you give Lamar Jackson?
3.
All right. Moving right along. Skit Slam, what do you give Naomi Osaka, the tennis player? The young talent tennis player has been killing it. A Haitian Japanese professional, ranked number 1 by the Women's Tennis Association. She's young. What do you give her? She got the AP Female Athlete of the Year just yesterday.
How she look?
Stop it. How she looked does not mean nothing about how she plays. She is pretty though.
She's good. I mean, I don't want to say she whooped the ass, but did you see? Y'all saw when she was that this year? Nah, it couldn't have been when she played against the Williams, one of the sisters. When was that?
I think that was this year.
Was that this year?
Maybe late last year. But she's really young.
She's Japanese and Haitian, and you're playing tennis.
Killing it though.
You know she had to go through some shit to make it to Wimbledon, fam. You know she did.
She's only 23 years old too. Holding it down. Playing versus people that's like 5, 6, 7 years older than her.
You get her 5.
All right, word. MacGyver knowledge, what do you give Naomi Osaka?
Yo, Naomi Osaka is nothing short of a 5. If we had anything higher than 5, she would get that ASAP. What's understood don't got to be explained. She's dope.
Broadway, what do you give Naomi?
I'm gonna give her a solid 5, man. She made it to the U.S. Open, and she definitely won me some money on my FanDuel. So
you definitely sounding like an old man now, yo. Like you just came from the betting shop.
I can dig it. Yo, Ace Wonder, what do you give Naomi Osaka?
I'm with B and E. I give her a 5, just based off age, what she's accomplished so far, and she winning money for my boy. So it's a win-win.
Yo, so the best athlete of 2020 is going to Naomi Osaka. Congratulations, Naomi.
She edged out Braun.
Keep doing your thing. Yeah, man. I thought Braun was gonna win it.
Fun fact: she dates what's his name, Corday, the young boy, the rapper Corday.
Does she really?
Yeah.
Now that I'm hating on.
That's a fun.
I'm not really hating. Corday, you don't know what to do with that. Let me stop. Let me cut it out. Honorable mentions: Ronaldo. I think he had the most goals in Europe in 2020. Tyreek Hill and Giannis Antetokounmpo. He's so dope, I had to learn how to say his last name.
Definitely honorable mention.
Hey, yo, if you haven't noticed my man Ronaldo's Instagram page, that shit is lit. I didn't know that many people knew who the fuck he was. I was sleeping, I guess, but shit. I was like, yo, this man, I feel like he had like a billion followers, but
Billy?
I don't think it was a Billy, but nigga had a lot of followers. But he had a lot of followers, man.
Yo, because soccer is the most popular sport on planet Earth. That's all facts. So in all these countries that might not be big on American football or basketball or American baseball, they all fuck with soccer, and that's why Ronaldo's able to be that big. That's specifically why. Yeah, big shout out to all the artists, all the athletes that were nominated, and shout out to Naomi Osaka for winning. The next category is a pretty dope category, and it goes to the best podcast of 2020. Yo, podcast kind of blew up within the last 2 years, and if you are able to lead the pack and have a show that's innovative, creative, and has the listeners coming back every week, every day, whatever, I feel like you deserve a considerable amount of props. Number one on the list is Nori Drink Champs. We have Gary V with the Weekly V, the Joe Budden Podcast, T.I. with Expeditiously, and then the Fat Joe Show. MacGyver, since you front and direct, what do you give Nori's Drink Champs? 5 being the best. This nigga frozen? I'm gonna slap his forehead.
He praying right now. Oh,
Yo, Broadway. Let's move on to you. Drink Champs. What do you give that?
Man, I love that show, man. I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna give it a solid 5 because it's good content, man, and they just keep the ball rolling. They, not to mention they just casually shooting their shit and drinking and burning it, and it's just good content, man. And they talk about good shit from like our time, because those are like our legends, And he definitely gives props to the ones that might have been like maybe even forgot. Not for us, but for people the listeners,
Right. Ace Wonder, Drink Champs. What do you give it?
Yo, 4. Solid 4.
Okay, I can dig it. Skit Slam, what do you give Drink Champs?
To be honest, out of all of the podcasts, Drink Champs is my favorite one, so I have to give it a 5 because they just interview people that I want to hear and shit, and then they go into topics that some you kind of remember when you was younger, but you never had all the insight because you don't get to speak with people. You know what I mean? So I like that, and I feel like after a couple of drinks, they start like really getting into it. You know what I mean? And like Broadway was saying, Nori always says something like he liked to give his back in the day artists their roses now while they're still alive, and I'm like, we don't do enough of that as people. We always
agreed.
Die and be like, our podcast.
Agreed. Who got their TV on over there?
Yeah, I turned mine off. My bad. I just want to see what the delay was like.
Oh, good. So we got skits. We got MacGyver knowledge. What do you give Drink Champs?
Drink Champs got to give it a 5. That's for the culture right there. They give it up to everybody that's been holding it down. Some people that might have, influenced the way that we live our lives, the way that we think, the way that we create music and shit like that. Like people that we looked up to musically and shit like that. They give them their flowers, like they say on their platform. So I'm gonna give them a 5.
Word. Gary V. Could go with you, MacGyver, since you're right there.
Gary V. I'll give a 4. I fuck with Gary V. I like his delivery. I like how he doesn't try to make himself suitable for a certain crowd or appease a certain type of crowd or anything like that. He's just who he is, genuinely. And the way that he there's certain apps that he came out with also that I was pretty hip to. They didn't really take off that way, but just the way that he was doing it, I rocked with it. But in terms of podcast wise, I like it. He's also one of those people that kind of talk over people too. He's a little bit like Nori, the way Nori be talking over people, but at least Gary Vee stays on topic. But I'll give him a 4 just because I fuck with Gary.
Okay. Broadway, did I ask you what you think about Gary Vee?
Nah, but Gary Vee, I like him, man. I like his content. I think he's definitely one of the motivators out there. I don't follow his podcast, but I like the stuff that I see online. I see, I look at YouTube videos and some of the shorts that he has on IG. He's good, man. He's definitely a motivation. He definitely want to make you tune in. I guess I would give it to be fair, I would give it a 3.
All right. Skit Slam, Gary V.
Yeah, he getting a 2. Not interested.
Ace Wonder, what do you give Gary V?
Yo, with Skit, he gets Dose.
Oh,
I didn't know who it was. I checked for him and wasn't even interested when I did see what I saw. So,
All right. AC, since you're right there, we'll go with you. Joe Budden podcast.
Oh, my boy Joe, he gets a 4. He's solid. He'd get a 5 if it wasn't for his co-host. I don't know. Sometimes they add some, and sometimes they take away from the show. But I don't know. A 4. I'll leave it at that.
Broadway, what do you give the Joe Budden podcast?
I'm gonna follow with a 4. It ain't fuck with Nori, but it's good content, man. I feel like honestly, it's like us right now. We just talking, shooting shit. It's like that, bro. It's funny, because it's just a bunch of his homies together just talking shit about current events. So it's like 4.
All right.
I like his pull-up segments better than the actual setup he got now with Maul and Rory. I like it when he's actually one-on-one with the folks and in person. But yeah, go ahead.
No, me too, AC. Did he stop doing those? I haven't been seeing them recently.
I don't know. I feel like that was just like a quick chapter. Who knows if he'll, bring it back or what.
Word. Tony Piff, what do you think about the Joe Budden 1 through 5 podcast?
Joe Budden, I'll give it a 4. I do like it better than the other joint he had with what was the name of the other podcast that he had with
Charlamagne?
Nadeska and DJ Academic.
Oh yeah, I remember. Oh,
not that one.
Everyday
he
Struggle
with Remy.
Oh, damn, what's that called? It's on his YouTube page.
Was that State of the
Union, I think.
Something like that. I think that joint could have been dope. It was just missing something. I don't know what it was missing, but that joint could have been something. And I'm kind of disappointed that it didn't take off the way I thought it was going to take off. But the Joe Budden podcast is I'll give it a 4. Just it's not Nori, but it's all right. I'll give it a 4.
That's everyone. So Piff, I'll keep with you. T.I. Expeditiously. What do you get at?
I'll give it a 3, only because I don't really watch it. I've never really checked in for any of those episodes like that. So I'll give him a 3.
Skit Slam. Wait. Did I get? Wait, Skit. I don't think I asked you about the Joe Budden podcast. My bad. What did you give that?
I'm gonna give it a genuine 3 because there's something I like about it, but then there's parts of it I'm like, can you get to the point, or you know what I mean, like that.
Yeah.
Kind of vibe. So, but there's
All
something about I don't know. There's something about his little crew that reminds me of Jersey, I suppose. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I have that kind of love for it, and then and Joe Budden be trying to dig dirt, so that should be funny.
Word. T.I. Expeditiously, Skip.
I don't like to hear T.I. interviewing people. It don't suit his voice, everything. Even the word fucking expeditiously. It sounds crazy about his mouth. You know what I'm saying? So for him, I would say just stick to music because I like the music.
What score you give it?
He starts throwing on glasses and trying to act all smart. You know what I'm saying? It just don't run. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah,
You stick to the gun charges, my boy.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
2. AC, what'd you give T.I.'s Expeditiously?
I give him a 3. I only saw like one episode and I ain't care to watch anymore. So
yeah, it's not bad. It's me. What?
I think Tony Piff, you're the last one on this. T.I. Expeditiously.
No, I said I gave it a 3 because I don't really check for that.
Oh, it's me who didn't grade it. All right, got it. And then lastly, the Fat Joe podcast, the Fat Joe show. Tony Piff, what do you get at?
I'll give that a 3 as well. He's had a couple of joints that I checked for that they were actually really good interviews. The joint he had with Mike Tyson was pretty.
Oh, that was jokes. That was
definitely entertaining. There was another one he had with I can't remember who it was, but it was a good interview. I'll give it a 3, just because I don't check in for that one like I do Nori and some of the others.
All right. Skit, what do you give the Fat Joe podcast show?
I actually like it. It's a bit low budget how he does it. For someone like Fat Joe, he should be able to make it look better. You know what I mean? But I do like his
I agree.
The people that he interviews and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And what he talk about, and you know what I mean? I haven't watched a lot of his yet, but I've watched about 3 or 4, and I've always watched them to the end. So I have to say his one's not bad. You know what I mean? So I'll give it a 4.
All right. AC, what do you give the Fat Joe joint?
I give it a 3. I think he's entertaining. I enjoy him on the other end, meaning when he's being interviewed a little more than when he's interviewing people, but his exchange, you know what I'm saying?
Agreed.
It's always entertaining, so he'll get a solid 3.
Yeah.
And then Broadway last.
A lot of rappers like him.
Yeah.
So I give him a 3. For me, it should have been. He's got a couple good ones. It's not a bad show, but I think other content that you could just easily just listen to, man, and tune in.
You say you're 3?
Yeah.
All right. So the 2020 best podcast of the year is, I think we all know, Noriega Drink Champs. He deserves it.
Yo,
my Virgo brother.
I ever checked out you know what I mean?
Yeah, I did. Lord Jamar's jokes.
That's the Godcast?
Funny, man.
Yeah, the Godcast.
Yeah, the Godcast.
Word.
You know what? I gotta give it up to Lord Jamar because every time I have to type in the Cymarshall Law podcast, I want to type in Godcast, but I'm like, I'm not gonna bite that man like that. But I don't want to fucking write podcasts. I want to write Godcast. I just not gonna bite that man like that. But yeah, man, the Godcast is dope. Shout out to Lord Jamar, another Virgo.
I like his show because I watched it from the big. When he first started it, it was really, really low budget, and then when he figured out that he's got a lot of listeners and shit, he quickly got 2 mics, Apple Macs, and made his shit look dope. He got bigger on one screen, and then he has that comedian. I don't know his name, but every time his face just makes me laugh. He got a big ass mouth. What's my man name?
He was in Godfrey. Godfrey's fucking jokes.
Yo, Godfrey is hilarious, kid.
You got Rod Digger?
Yeah, Rod Digger's on there.
Okay.
Yeah, Rod Digger. Godfrey. Godfrey comes in every now and again. He's not always there, but his one I like.
I like Godfrey's perspectives.
I like what Lord Jamar is doing with his one though, compared to what Vlad does. Like Vlad tries to open wounds and get into fucking beefs with people and start shit all over the globe with his interviews. He'll even bring up old shit just to,
get views.
Negative shit, yeah, to get views.
Word.
So I feel like Lord Jamar started his one to kind of get away from that and kind of give us a positive image sort of thing.
Yeah.
So with it while keeping it hood though. So that's why I really like it.
Word.
Says the right thing.
Rose is out over here giving a shout out to the Lupe and Royce podcast. 2 dope lyricists. Lupe Fiasco and Royce the 5'9" have a podcast together.
Oh, do they?
I watched a few episodes and I like listening to them because they are just 2 of the best lyricists ever. So I just like to hear what they have to say. So that's dope. I listened to like 3 episodes. I enjoy it. So yeah, check that out too if y'all haven't checked it out.
My other question though, while we're on the subject, so what is everybody gonna quit MCing and everybody gonna have a podcast competition and shit? How's that gonna work out?
I don't know when's the last time.
Everybody is a host now, and that shit is so like y'all don't got no input on that. Like every MC even fucking Nicki Minaj got a fucking podcast. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I feel you. I saw it maybe a year or so ago when random folks were just giving it a go. And I was thinking like it must be what I really was thinking was what is that podcast money looking like behind the scenes?
Yeah.
Because it seemed like everyone just flew into that bag and was just trying to, run it up. Some people was in and out, and then some people seemed like they was it's some people that still do it and I didn't even know. Like that got like, podcasts, I guess their audiences aren't really that big, but yet they've been consistent. And so I'm just like, I got to check on more, but I've always held firm to who we nominated as Buttons and Nori, but it's got to be some money behind it. And it got to be enough money going around to where I'm thinking it's worth their time, unless they're just in love with podcasts.
Here's one in the beginning. Hey, remember when Joe got into it with Charlemagne, or was it Charlemagne?
Yeah,
probably.
Yeah, and Joe played him. Joe said, "You're owned." He's like, Joe said, "I own my whole shit," but I don't know, not too much about the podcasting, but he told Charlemagne off.
Yeah,
Charlemagne had to back down.
Let's keep it moving. We got 2 more categories left. I think I've had a great time with y'all today, but let's keep it moving.
Word.
So the last 2 categories, let's go with number 9, the best sports team of 2020. Number 1, Liverpool. 2, the LA Lakers. 3, the Kansas City Chiefs. 4, the Los Angeles Dodgers. 5, the Tampa Bay Lightning. And for this one, this is the only one I'm going to go first on. I just want to make a case for my squad. And let me tell you something. The Premier League might be the biggest league on planet Earth, And every year at the end of the year is noted who is the team in first place, because usually the team in first place ends up to go on and win the championship. The team in first place at the end of the year usually goes on to win a championship. Now, Liverpool has been in first place the last 3 years straight. And I don't know. I think we've lost like 4 games in the last 3 years. I don't know how else to tell y'all that, but Liverpool, regardless of who wins this awards right now, is the team of 2020. We're in first place right now. We look like we're about to win the championship again. And everyone is still hating, and we keep slapping everybody down with half of our team injured. I say teammates like I'm on the squad. I am on the squad. So yeah, Liverpool goes ahead and gets a 5 from me. The Lakers next. I would say the Lakers get I give the Lakers a solid 4 because last year they didn't even make the playoffs. Not last year. 2 years ago they didn't make the playoffs, and then the very next year they won the championship. And now this year they look like they're gonna be a problem again. I'm gonna give them a 4. And Kansas City Chiefs, I'm gonna give them a 3. I'm gonna give the Dodgers a 3, and I'm gonna give the Tampa Bay Lightning a 3. That's it. AC, let's go with you. Down to up. What do you give the Tampa Bay Lightning?
3. Dodgers a 3.
Hey.
The Chiefs got a 4. The Lakers a 5, and Liverpool a 4.
I can dig it. Broadway, what do you give Liverpool?
Man, based off of what you said, I'm gonna give him a 5.
He did that on purpose, D. he did that on purpose, man. That's the bait.
I'll give him a 5. Now I'm playing. Now I know Liverpool is doing their thing, man. So shout out to Liverpool. Liverpool 5, Lakers 4. You say Tampa Bay? I don't know too much about Tampa Bay to give
the hockey team.
Yeah, I know they're hockey. I knew that one, but I don't know how well they're doing. I'm gonna be generous to give them a 3. I think
they won the chip this year.
That's props to
all
them.
the teams on this list won the chip this year.
Oh, okay. Kansas City, I know. I'll give Kansas City a 4. The Dodgers 4. That's it.
Tony Piff, what do you give Liverpool?
Give them. I gotta give them at least a 4. I don't know too much about Liverpool like that, but what I do know of them is based on what you be saying. So yeah, I'll give them a 4. Can't give them a full 5 though.
I can dig it. The Lakers.
Shit, I'm gonna give them a 4 too.
Kansas City Chiefs.
I'm gonna give them a 5. Big up Andy Reid.
The Dodgers.
Yo, so wait, the Dodgers in the past 3 years, didn't they win? They've won 2 in the last 3 years, right?
You tell me. I just know about this year specifically, but I'm not sure about last year.
Yeah, I'm gonna give them a 5.
Okay.
They didn't win last year.
Not last year, but the year before that, I think they might have won 1. If anybody in the chat wants to right my wrong.
I think Skip got a Boston Red Sox hat on. He might be able to tell us a little something about the Major League Association.
I don't think that's a Boston. I think that's a B-boy cap.
Thank you, MacGyver, because I didn't want to have to tell him.
I think that stands for Broadway.
Yeah, I'm your #1 fan, my nigga. Got the hat, you know what I'm saying? Shout
out. Dodgers. B, what did you give the Dodgers?
The Dodgers, I gave them a 4.
Okay. And the Tampa Bay Lightning?
Because I don't know, I gave them a 3.
Okay. And Skit, what do you give the Tampa Bay Lightning?
I'm just gonna because I know we've been on here for a while. I'm just gonna tell you, I'm giving all of if they all won the chip this year, they all deserve a 5.
I like
The
that.
reason I say that is because come on, all of you have been on a team before, and all of you have started the season and had to finish towards the end. You know that season is a tough ass season, bro.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
You know what I'm saying? And then there's injuries and shit. There's probably a whole bunch of shit I don't know.
Yeah, you're right. The last 2 months of a season is always crazy.
Yeah, so I'm gonna give them. They all deserve credit for putting in the work and making it to the finals.
Right,
and winning that shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm giving them all a 5.
All right. So if everyone gets a 5 from you, then it looks like the team of 2020.
Liverpool.
You'll never walk alone. Liverpool, 2020 team of the year. Yes. No, they deserve it. They really do. They really do. They've won the Champions League. They've won the Premier League. They've had top goal scorers. They're in first place right there. They really do deserve it. Shout out to Liverpool. So, we've come to the final category. We've been on this chat for 3 hours. I'm not sure if any of us expected for it to go this long, but, I appreciate you brothers for sticking around and giving your thoughts and opinions. Very valued. All of you had dope ass perspectives and I value each of you very highly. So thank you for joining. But we have one more award left, and I saved this one for last because I felt like it's one that we all were very in tune with. So the last award we're going to give out is the best hip hop album of 2020. The nominees: D Smoke, Black Habits; Busta Rhymes, Extinction Level Event Part 2; Nas, King's Disease; Benny the Butcher, Burden of Proof; and Royce the 5'9", The Allegory. So, Skit Slam, Black Belt Poems, we're going to start with you. What do you give D Smoke Black Habits, man?
I'll give him I want to give him a little higher than the 3 because I actually watched that show where he came from. I really think he's a creative dude, man. I have to say that. On so many levels, he's creative as heck. I saw him tell him the producer to move over. I can play this shit. I thought that was dope. Like little shit like that. He had so much to say about his own craft. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna give him a 4. He can't get a 5 because Buster and Nas's shit is a 5. So he can get a 4. He can get a 4.
Well, since you already told me Busta and Nas's get a 5, what do you give Benny the Butcher, Burden of Proof?
I'll give Benny. I'll give Benny a 4.
Okay. Benny's a 4, and then last but not least, what do you give Royce the 5'9", The Allegory?
I'm gonna give him a 4. Just on this project, I didn't like all his beats.
Word.
He killed everybody as usual.
Yeah. Word. Ace Wonder, we're gonna move right along to you. D Smoke, Black Habits. And shout out to you because you're the first person who told me about this album. And I went and listened to it. Yeah. Ace put D Smoke on a high bar. And as he said earlier, when someone I respect puts another artist on a high bar, I go into the project really paying attention to what's going on. And Ace put him up here. I was like, bet, let me listen. And I wasn't disappointed. Matter of fact, I wanted to take several seats. AC.
Where he at?
He stepped out real quick.
Okay. MacGyver, let's move on to you. What do you give D Smoke's album, Black Habits?
I'm gonna give him a 4 just because that Busta and that Nas is definitely a 5, and that's his like rookie project. So I know he has a whole bunch of shit coming in the future that's gonna be of that caliber.
Yeah, he's only gonna get better, I think.
He's only gonna get better, man. And I definitely watched the Netflix series also, and he killed that shit, man. Like,
He did, didn't
I mean,
I thought so.
yeah, no, he really killed that shit, man. And his performance at the LA Clippers game, if y'all saw that,
I didn't.
his performance at the LA Clippers game was raw as fuck. Killed it.
Didn't see that.
On YouTube, yeah.
Killed that shit.
Is that on YouTube?
For sure.
Oh yeah, you part of it.
I'm gonna find that.
But yeah, I mean, I would love to give it a 5, but I'm gonna give him a 4 just on the fact that that's his rookie album. I know he's only gonna get better, and we have Busta and Nas in the same category, and they are definitely elite artists that are more deserving of a 5.
I can dig it. Benny the Butcher, Burden of Proof. What do you get at?
I'll give him a 4 also. I'll give him a 4 also.
Okay. And last
Keep in mind, it's
least,
funny because it's funny how loosely, like, nowadays people will be like, this is their rookie album or they're just getting started. Like, these are people that are just being heard for the first time by the masses. I'm pretty sure these brothers been doing music for quite a fucking long time. So
Facts.
I just want to acknowledge that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just want to acknowledge that. That's something that a lot of people don't really
Yo, how old is D Smoke?
He's a young boy. He's young.
He's older than his brother, I think. His brother,
I gotta look this up.
I'm doing that right now.
Yeah. I think he's older than Sir.
35. He's 35 years old.
I was gonna say he don't sound new. He sounds like he's been doing this for a while.
He's been doing it for a while, bro.
I just assumed he was young because usually you can't even get on them shows without being young. You know what I mean?
Ah, shit, Skit and Broadway, y'all got another one for the Libra tribe. D Smoke is a Libra.
Well, I knew it.
You ain't no shit.
Connect.
You got that Libra fire in you, yo.
Got that Libra vibe, right?
What are the other ones?
What signs are the other guys?
No. What
Oh, my bad.
What's
my bad? For you, the last guy is Royce the 5'9" Allegory.
I wish we can give it 3.5. And Royce is my dude, man. Royce is my guy. But in terms of the albums that we just ranked, I want to say his is probably the weakest out of all of them. So I'll give him a 3.
Without dissing Royce, though, right?
No, hell no. Royce is top tier. He's a top tier MC.
He's in my top 5. But like I said, sometimes some artists are so good that they just pick these different beats that I'm like, I don't want to hear them on. I'm old school. I want to hear Royce do old school shit, but I'm pretty sure, he wouldn't say, if he was to say that to him, he'd probably tell you, well, you have to hear this and shit. You know what I mean?
Like I liked hearing Royce and Primo's joints. I liked hearing the Prime albums.
That whole era.
That was crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy.
So yeah, moving right along, I think Broadway.
Wait, did you get 8 piece?
No, we're not done. I got ACs and Broadways to go and myself.
Right.
Broadway.
I'm probably gonna jump around on this one, but keep it short. I'm gonna say definite solid 5s on Nas and Busta Rhymes album. I'm gonna give D Smoke a 4. Cause like the rest of y'all said, like Ian Skit said, what he did on Rhythm and Flow on Netflix was dope, man. But seeing his work ethic and like how he put shit together, plus the visuals, plus going to see his brother Sir, and then Sir bringing out D Smoke on stage, and that was the first time I learned that them two were brothers. That shit blew my mind, bro. I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
You seen them boys in concert?
I went to go see Sir. Sir is an R&B artist. He knows.
Yeah.
Sir is dope. So me
Sure.
and my wife went to go see Sir at Brooklyn Piers, and he brought out D Smoke. I'm like, yo, that shit blew my mind. But
Yeah,
they
yeah.
put the two together, they actually look a lot.
He has a brother in the game.
Yeah, his brother's with TDE. His brother's name is Sir. Look up Sir. You'll vibe out. You'll like some of the R&B stuff he got. Trust me. Royce, I'm a big fan of Royce, man. But this one, the allegory, it's not better than the Book of Ryan to me. The Book of Ryan is a solid project.
Book of Ryan is definitely a 5.
Yeah, but this allegory, I'm gonna have to give it a 3.
All right.
Butcher, I'm gonna give it a 4 too. For that being his freshman project, he's a spitter too. I thought he put it together well, man. And for somebody that really don't have a labels budget and he did it with his own budget, he's doing good, man. He's definitely
He's not on Shady. I'm tripping. I thought the Mon boys were on Shady.
Griselda.
Nah, he's not with Shady at all.
Griselda just broke their deal with Shady. That's
oh,
not
really?
Yeah, that's not new news, but they're not with Shady no more. And what's his name? Benny the Butcher is the only one that got a management deal with Rock Nation.
Ah.
But
interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder what went wrong with Shady, or like what didn't go right. Interesting.
I think they just peeped like they could do better without him standing behind it. You know, like Eminem is who he is. You know, and it was a point in time where having that kind of backbone or somebody to co-sign your shit meant something. But we're in a different time right now, you know?
Yeah,
like,
I don't think that shit means anything anymore.
Yeah, we just in a different day and time. Like, yeah, if you get a co-sign, that shit means a lot for sure. But
yeah, I know.
Your work ethic is gonna mean more than that shit. To be honest, good work is gonna be more than that. Period. So.
All right. So what did you end up giving Benny the Butcher Broadway?
For Benny the Butcher, I give it a 4. Royce 3. Nas and Busta, I give them solid 5s. D Smoke 4.
All right. That leaves Ace Wonder, right?
Yes, sir.
What do you give D Smoke, AC?
Man, he got a 4. He got a 4 based on me not hearing or knowing anything, absolutely nothing about this dude. Never heard of him. Came out of nowhere. I don't even know if it was one of y'all that shared his stuff in the chat that even made me click on this kid. But when
you showed me.
What you say?
You say you showed me.
Right.
For sure.
I feel like Broadway or somebody put us on. Regardless, when I heard him, I was like, this dude is seasoned. You hear some artists that you ain't never hear before, you can tell they just probably picked up their pen last week or last year and just started putting their shit together. But this dude sound like, okay, I can tell, you know what I'm saying? His pen was more polished, you know what I'm saying? I'll put it like that. So I enjoyed listening to it. It was a pleasant surprise. The production was crisp. It was just on point. You know what I'm saying? Like, it started off me thinking 2020 is going to be a hell of a year. If this is some new shit I never heard before, and then Cat's got to follow up to this. So that was dope.
I know, and where he reps as well. Like, he's from what, Compton? He does not. I mean, I've heard a lot of Compton MCs in my time. He doesn't sound like a Compton MC, but at the same time, he reps it hard, don't he? Like,
he does it. He does it. He sounds like he's universally polished. Like, he can give it up for Compton, but yet he can be somewhere in the Midwest. Like he said, a top tier artist. He just sounds like if you really put the pen to the pad, you're gonna be able to respect his flow because you're gonna hear his cadence. Everything about him is seasoned. You know what I'm saying? It's not elementary. Like, this dude does it. You know what I'm saying? He does it. So that was cool. Busta, I have a 4 down, and I'm not sure. I'm gonna stick with my 4. Busta was solid all the way around, and you know what? No, Busta got to get a 5. I changed.
You gotta get a 5, man. I was about to say. Okay, I was gonna say, give me a reason for the 4. That's what
I heard part. Well, see, this is the thing. I'm basing my 5 off of who got a 4 on my list. If I give D Smoke a 4, Busta has to give a 5 because D Smoke's project was super solid. The replay value for me personally wasn't as much or intense as Buster. Buster, of course, childhood favorite, but he made me feel like my thirst was quenched when I heard his joint. It's like sometimes people take a while to come out, and I'm like, I don't even know if they should, because the hype behind it, you don't know if they're gonna live up to it. It's like coming out with a sequel album that's gonna be like Memphis coming out with Judgment Day 2. I was scared for Raekwon coming out with Cuban Links 2. I'm like, why do you want to title a sequel of first project of that magnitude? Like, just name it something else, because the bar you have to live up to is gonna be so high. Extinction Level Event did not fail, bro. Like, it was hard. He gave me that original core Buster that you love, and it was just like, only thing else he could come with is more visuals of the outstanding video he already did, because Busta Rhymes is known for his witty animated visuals on top of his lyrics. The lyrics was crazy, has substance, so that's enough. He gets a 5 from me. Nas, that joint got a 3. It was okay. I probably would have got a 2 at first, because I was like, I really wasn't feeling it. I went back and listened to it. Probably gave me a 3. Hit Boy did his thing on it. How I feel about Nas's joint is how you guys felt about Royce, which I totally agree with it. Putting that up against Royce's joint. So I say that because Royce got a 3 from me as well. So Nas and Royce both got 3s. And I say that because when you put them up against their previous projects, Royce's Allegory cannot mess with his Book of Ryan. Book of Ryan was by far my favorite project from Royce. Life is Good is one of my favorite albums from Nas. That's my CD changer in my whip a whole year plus. The King's Disease was good. It was a refresher. It was better than his last effort with Kanye. So it was a better offering than that joint, but still, it's not going to get.
Illmatic is still the best one, though.
Who? Which one?
For Nas's album, Illmatic, to me, that first one, he's never going to beat that shit, bro.
And see, I go through that debate with many friends of mine also. To me, it was always the sophomore joint. What's this?
Is it I Am? No, not I Am.
The joint where he's the Pharaoh on the cover?
Skip, what you say? Yeah, no, not I Am. The one before that.
One right before that.
Stillmatic?
No.
That's after I Am.
Before that.
But then what was that?
Not the Lost Tapes, right?
No. It was Illmatic, and then it was
the joint with I Got Power on it?
That second one you're about to say, I didn't like it that much.
But that was my favorite. That's like me. Biggie.
Wait, Nostradamus.
No, not Nostradamus.
No?
Not Nostradamus. Yeah, somebody Google his second album. Whatever his second album is. Life is Good is close to that second album. I would probably say.
Oh no, AC, I fuck with you. And I Got Power was on it. It was written.
It was written. That's my favorite Nas.
I love that album.
It was written.
That's my favorite Nas joint. So okay, and then I would give Burden of Proof. That gets a 4 from me. So only 2 4, D Smoke and Burden of Proof. And I give Burden of Proof a 4. Also, I agree with you, brothers, because when you're looking at Griselda as a camp, they all got production deals from Roc Nation. Label deals were only given to Conway and Westside. When you look at all 3 of their projects, from King to a God from Conway, the Who Made the Sunshine from Westside, those were shady deals. Those all came out within 2-week periods. From a month, they all dropped solo projects. Benny's alone stood up there, had top tier collaborators on it, and he had an independent budget. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure, they're all brothers and related, but as far as you having a machine like Shady and Roc Nation versus maybe just a production machine behind you with Roc Nation, but not having that Shady backing, his album stood toe-to-toe with the rest of them. And bar for bar, any given day,
that's a great point.
They can outshine each other, honestly. Sometimes I have my favorite depending on the week of the month. Benny's not necessarily my favorite out of the 3, but his project, I think, is as solid as the others, and they weren't in the list, but it earns a solid 4 from me. That's all I got.
Word. Did you give your Nas joint?
Yeah, I gave Nas a 3. Same with Royce.
Oh,
I think those are
yeah, that's right. So overwhelmingly and not by a landslide, the 2020 hip hop album of the year, Busta Rhymes, Extinction Level Event 2. Got to give it to Busta Rhymes. I think that album was 11 years in the making, and it was worth the wait. Shout out to Busta, one of the best lyricists in hip hop. So for him to have the album of the year, it makes sense. And shout out to everyone that was nominated today in every category, because to even be nominated, you have to be at the top of your game.
Word.
Somewhere where we all aspire to be, inspired by. But yeah, man. I just want to give a shout out to some of the honorable mentions for the last joint. Crossroads. Ace Wonder and I came out with the album together, and at the last minute, I told the fellas that I wanted to take it out of the regular nominees because I didn't want anyone to feel like I was biased. Like even with Liverpool, I felt like everyone felt like I was biased. I probably was, but Ace Wonder and I feel like came out with one of the best albums this year. Matter of fact, I don't even know what everyone categorizes albums by, but what I know in my heart of hearts was when I press play, how fun it is to listen to and what the replay value is. And it's up there with the best. I mean, I came out with another album, Sui Generis, and I felt like it was one of my best projects. But to be fair, I probably would rather listen to Crossroads. And Sui Generis, I felt was like one of my best albums. And
the production.
Yes, it's more fun to listen to. It's a head nodding album.
I mean, as an artist,
I feel like
I don't like. I prefer rhyme, like music in general. You know what I'm saying? I like to make music with another person. Making it by yourself, it's not boring because you get to do the things that you want to do. So there's a time for that. But if I had to pick, man, rhyming with my boy, fam. You know how badly I want to do a joint with fucking Theron, kid? That's like you Ace Wonder. I know you know. You know what I'm saying? But if me and Theron, man, listen, it sound like a bit like Crossroads. Because when I heard Crossroads, I could hear the fun and like the competitiveness and you know what I'm saying? Like that's what I liked about it the most was that you two could like spar with not against each other, with each other, like you're sparring. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate that. I'm out here. So when I heard that, it was like, oh, thank y'all niggas, man. It made me want to write up again, get in the booth and write. And I did start getting in the booth because I started getting at Broadway and I was like, yo, Broadway, you gotta produce my next joint. Broadway gave me 2 bangers. I don't even know if y'all heard them, but I got two bangers that I wanted to like properly get a mix before thing, but yeah. That shit amped me up to do that. But and if Busta's album didn't come out, that would have been my favorite album this year. You know what I'm saying? But y'all couldn't top Busta Bust, man. You know what I'm saying? But
it would have been incredible if we were able to top Busta Bust. Incredible.
Word. Good luck, Skit. Much appreciated, bro.
Nah, that's what's up, man. It made me want to go for my pen. You know what I'm saying? But y'all always did that for me anyway. Ever since y'all, or you 4 right here, I'm 7 years your senior. You know what I'm saying? I can remember when you all started MCing. I remember I come home. The funniest shit I remember about y'all niggas, and it fucking put me on my toes. Like y'all, when y'all was first started rhyming, and I used to come home, and Long Shot was around then as well.
Right.
And y'all niggas would like rhyme and be like, yo, at Broadway, I remember the most like saying some shit like, yo, we don't know how to count our bars, but yo, here we go. And then niggas would spit and like, I'll be like, oh shit, niggas got 5-minute bar, the 5-minute verses. I was like, is this the new wave? 5-minute verses? Because remember, I'm in a crew. I know how to count 16s and all that, you know what I'm saying? But I'm telling my boys like, yo, these young niggas at home, they don't even know how to count bars. They're doing like 36 bar verses and shit, yo. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that shit was, but y'all been keeping me on my toes for a long time, fam.
That's funny.
That shit is funny, but I feel like I taught
It's
y'all.
hilarious because I definitely remember niggas didn't know.
But yeah, but besides that, y'all doing 35 bar verses and shit, or 40 bar verses.
It's funny as hell because half of the crew used to have long ass verses, like Broadway and Longshot would have like them 40, 49, 50 bar verses. Not me though. I don't know if you remember, because I didn't know how to count bars. My verses used to be like 10 and 12 bars. So I was doing something.
Yo, I remember
shit like that. I remember like going to y'all like, all right, you spit them here, and then managers go in their bag, and I'm like, yo, this man's got like. All I kept thinking after every time one of y'all spit was like, damn, if they got like 10 more verses like that, I'm bringing them niggas to New York. I'm gonna tear shit up.
You want to hear something interesting? You remember that you saw the Drink Champs episode with Pharrell Williams?
I didn't see it, but I saw it. I didn't watch it, but I saw it out there.
So Nori was interviewing Pharrell, and they were talking about the Super Thug song that they came out with. And if y'all remember in the beginning of the joint, he's like, what? And he was saying he was saying the only reason that was in the song was because he didn't know how to count his bars.
Yeah, I did see that one.
Yeah, so he only said that in the beginning of the song because he had to know where to punch in at. So it just became a thing for the song, so they kept it. But he was like, the only reason I did that is because he didn't know where the hell to come in at. So that's why he did that.
That's funny as hell, because that's my favorite part of that song.
Right? That made the song.
Yeah, I might have to listen to that after we hop off this shit. But yeah, man, honorable mentions for albums of the year: Joyner Lucas, Evolution; Chip and Skepta, Young Ads, the album Insomnia; Kanye, From King to a God; Logic, No Pressure; and Toby and Nwege, The Pandemic Experience. But yeah, man, I feel like we've had a dope show. Again, I really appreciate y'all brothers joining and giving y'all perspectives. We made it. 2020 has been a hell of a year, man. We made it through the show. We made it 2020. And we only have 21 to look forward to. I don't know what y'all expect to happen in 2021, but me over here, I'm just trying to keep elevating, man. Life is crazy, and I'm just trying to ride the wave of not getting caught underneath the waves, and I'll be here. I'll be here for y'all, for everyone. Yeah, Cymarshall Law Show. This shit is gonna keep rocking. Trust and believe.
Absolutely.
Trust and believe. Yep. Thank you, brother. Yo, do y'all have No, I was just gonna say, do y'all have any last final words before we go ahead and close this thing off?
Yo, want to say it's been a pleasure, an honor always to link up with my bros, make this happen. I can definitely see this being something that we continue on, and I look forward to creating some music with y'all. I know 2021 we're gonna be making it happen, so we're gonna be pushing each other, steel sharpens steel, and let's do it. But stay safe, everyone, and yeah, man, let's grow.
Word.
My sentiments exactly. 2020 was a hell of a year. It was an experience, one of which that took a lot of lessons in, seen a lot of growth. Blessed to make it out alive. Shit, as dramatic as that may sound, because tomorrow's never promised to no man, and I'm just glad to be here. Got a new baby and got a roof over my head. I was able to keep my job. Bills are paid, food on the table. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of things to be blessed lot of things to, you know, a lot of blessings to count. But
Word.
yeah, big shout out to Salah for the platform and the podcast. Always a pleasure and an honor to chop it up with you guys, man. All the best, and let's get it for 2021.
Word up. Broadway, Skip.
Yeah, man. Famous last words. I love y'all, man. I love y'all like brothers. You already know that. Thanks, Simon, for keeping us in the loop. Hip Hop in the Flesh, Ever Living, Side Vision. Man, let's keep each other grounded, man. Let's work. Let's do what's right. You know, let's keep this thing rolling and get this shit right. You know.
Word up.
Word.
Black Belt Poems. Any last words?
Yeah, man. Like I said, shout out to everybody. You know, everybody at home. I miss everybody and shit. And shout out to L-Town for holding me down. We've been here for a while now, back out here. And yeah, man, look out for the new Cymarshall Law and Skit Slam project for Black Belt Poems, which is the Ever Living Sound, the Great Reset. And yeah, man, and yeah, like y'all was saying, for all of y'all up here, I got, you know, individually separate love for y'all for different reasons and shit, man. And like Broadway was saying, we should try to keep each other grounded and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Because being a musician can be lonely sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
And we don't know where that shit is going. To be fair, I mean, I still love to make a song. You know what I'm saying? But some part of me thinks like making a song. What the fuck you gonna do with it? Like, you know what I mean? Are you gonna sell it? Are you gonna hear it? Are you gonna put it here, there, or what? You don't know. So yeah, man, it's just nice to have like the boys that I grew up with, you know, still making music. So yeah, keep it up, man, and thank you. And yeah, nice one, Si. This is good job for getting everybody together. You know what I'm saying? And I think you should do it twice a year. Once in the middle of the year, like summer, and then end of the year, like now. That's, you know.
That's a thought. 2021 is gonna be
fun it was. I enjoyed this. I haven't spoke to y'all for this long. For like, come on, man. So 3 hours long. Just kicking
Too
shit.
long. It's been too long.
It's been too long for me. So yeah, man, I'd like to do it twice a year rather than once.
No, I feel you.
Absolutely.
And I like hearing your opinions on everything as well, because it's good conversation, you know what I'm saying? Like, not just the music, like everything that we spoke about. Like,
Yeah.
it's nice to hear what y'all have to say, like people, you know, that I actually
give a damn about.
Yeah. So, yeah, man. So be safe, brothers, and those that got children, kiss them on the forehead and love them to death as we do.
Yo, and yeah, and saying that, I suppose I'm gonna close out the show. Thank y'all for joining the Cymarshall Law Show, the regular show every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 6 a.m. Eastern Time live. But after that, I upload the podcast to Apple Podcasts, Pandora, Google, anywhere you can find podcasts, the Cymarshall Law Show. 2021, my favorite number is 2000. My favorite number is 21, and trust and believe I'm going to be amping it in 2021. I don't even want to harp too long on it, but I'm ready. And these brothers who are on the show with me are right there with me. So if you fucking with me, you fucking with them. Know that. Cymarshall Law, Ace Wonder, Skit Slam, Tony Piff, Broadway. Peace, love, and positive energy, and we are out. Like that.
Peace.
One.
Peace.